should reshoot that.
We should reshoot that with a special guest. Oh, hello, everybody, and welcome to AFK here on the Loading Ready Run Network. I am Ben. Joining me this week, we got a James, and we got a special guest. It's Hi Funko.
G'day.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming back.
Yeah.
To the show, not Victoria. Get the hell out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. After this, you're going home.
Yeah.
I'm flying in and out.
Yeah. Just for this one stream.
One stream. Yeah.
Just a cool
We really
hours
want
He's
of
just
travel.
going to be furious when he gets the bill for this one.
I am not getting paid for this legally. I want to state for the record.
Yeah, but you
No
did
money
supply
exchanged.
everything that's here.
This is
basically.
hobby grade only.
Yeah. And of course, we got the marvelous Paul on tech.
Hello.
And today we are going to be doing something that I've been really, really excited for. We're checking out Star Wars Shatterpoint, which is the one of, I guess there's a couple Star Wars miniature games.
Yeah, by the
out
same
there.
company. They have Legion, which is like army scale,
Yeah.
like 40k style, and then Shatterpoint, which is skirmish style. Similar, it's like Kill Team, but for Star Wars.
Yeah, and in the past, actually, last time you had visited us, we played Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Yes. All of our little guys are up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and same company.
Yeah.
As well, and you're probably going to see a lot of similarities. The first
Yep.
thing I noticed was the sticks.
Yeah, it was the movement
was the
sticks.
Was the movement sticks. I was like, you're really proud of those ones. So.
It's good. It actually, like the bendy ones make moving nice. We have the cards going again with like the abilities and stuff.
The cards are massive.
Yeah, big cards.
Look how big these cards are.
They have sick art, like all the art for the game is like hand drawn, like cartoon style,
Yeah.
which looks really cool.
Yeah. We're going to be checking it out and doing kind of a smaller scale version. In the version that you would normally play, you're playing with effectively like double what we're kind of playing with here.
Yeah, 2 squads I think and then a strike team is 2 squads together. So
Yeah, and we're just going to be doing a single squad just so that James and I can get a feel for the game, because neither one of us has played before, and you've played like a couple of times.
I've played like 4 games.
Okay, yeah. So Funk is going to be here to make sure that we're all collectively learning the right things and making no mistakes live on camera.
Well, I also bought in, so I have some of the terrain and the models, so this lets them try it and see if they like it before doing what I
We
did.
beat him up and
He's
steal
handing
it.
us cocaine, and we're trying it before you all.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't be able to do any of this if it weren't for all your support over at our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You're the reason we're able to do this, so thank you so much. We really appreciate it. You can also check out our store.loadingreadyrun.com. All kinds of great merchandise that you can buy over there with the dollar reduced in your bank account, like our brand new shirt.
Which one?
The kitty corner shirt.
Oh, the kitty corner shirt. Yeah.
From Corpoline. Adam was wearing it yesterday, and I say baseball tees, but there's like a specific.
Ring.
Well, it's like a ringer. Right?
Yeah.
Is that a ringer? Is that what
Yeah.
it's
I
called?
thought so,
Yeah.
but I also say baseball tees.
It's like the Rowdy Roddy Piper shirt.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've got all kinds of great stuff there.
Raglan.
Raglan.
Is that it?
Yeah, Raglan, maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Beach said it last time I was with him, and it's already gone out.
It's
of my
already
head.
just gone.
Like most things, when Beach talks to me, it just. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to dongle the bongo. Let us know. We're continuing on with our tabletop minis month. We started with Kill Team last week. Next week, we're checking out War Machine.
Oh, nice.
And then we're playing Marvel Crisis Protocol at the end of the month as well. So, all kinds of fun little miniature games happening this month. And this was the one, though, that I tried to get a chance to play at Unplugged, and they only had one little small table, and it was packed. So instead, I learned how to play Altered, which was
Oh, yeah.
a
That
very
game
cool
was
game
sick.
too.
That sounds cool, yeah.
Yeah. So let us know down below if there are any other games you want us to check out, because surely my brain can holster more.
Oh, Trench
board game
Crusade
rules.
is one that
I've heard like the art and stuff for that looks
Yeah.
very, very, very
It's
cool.
very cool, the story around it, of it getting kickstarted and then like hitting big and stuff. I have not bought in yet. Again, it's like the thing of like, I could see spending a lot of money. I'm kind of waiting for like Cam or like Alex or someone to get like deep in it.
We have so much battle tech stuff at the office, so I'm sure we're gonna have to check that out at some point as well.
Yeah, people seem to like that game.
Yeah, so
there's a limit of how many little miniature games you can have.
That's not true.
Just physically
That's
from a space
objectively
point of
not true.
No, I'm just talking from a space point of view.
I'm just saying, if I get into any more, I'm gonna have to drop magic.
They start getting into a cycle where you're collecting one and then selling that to buy the new one, and then you just kind of roll.
Yeah.
You just kind of keep it
I see.
rolling. You
Yeah.
go infinite, and then.
Yeah, I mean, and we tried Warcry too. My buddy Paul in chat right now painted all those for us too. So, but today we're playing Shatterpoint, and James and I are going to be learning this. And instead of doing kind of a massive like, here's every rule, because that will take way too long in a game like this, we're going to kind of play and really explain what we're doing. But overall, the main goal of the game is for you to win what's called 2 struggles. It's a best of 3, so you could have a maximum of 3 struggles end up happening. And they kind of play out as who can get the most objectives and whatnot and make their struggle tracker get to the end of the track. In this one, we'll see how we feel after like 1 struggle is done, and if that kind of gets us to the halfway point, then we might reset and do another one. But let's go to our fancy dancy overlay that we've got kind of set it up so you can kind of see what we got going on here. So this is the map that we're playing on here, and you can see at the bottom there's the struggle tracker. And Paul, did you take the iPad away from us?
No, it's here.
Oh, you got it. It's right here. I'm gonna give this to Funk in a sec. But basically, what's going to happen is kind of one of the main ways I think that we're really going to see us getting struggle. Is it struggle points? Is that?
Yes, it's definitely momentum points. I think we're moving the struggle marker.
Yeah.
It's like a tug of war. So there's like a cube, a physical cube that you would use, but on here we've got it digitally on the bottom.
Yeah, so one side, for example, James is going to be on the red side here. I'm going to be on the blue side. And so as you get, as we control these control points, and you can see that they're identified by these lit up markers. There's even one up top here, but that one's currently not in play.
Yeah.
At the end of each one of our activations, we're going to see how many things we can control and earn points based on that. And basically the winner of the struggle will be if you get it to the end. But there are going to be little things throughout, like wounding your opponent's characters, amongst other things, that are going to give you momentum, and that's actually going to start blacking out parts of your struggle track, and all you need to do then is just get to that number as opposed to all the way at the end. So
start shortening the track to make it more intense, and the swings go back and forth.
Yeah, another way, for example, I know that you can get momentum is if the struggle track ends exactly in the center.
Yes.
Both players will actually get momentum, which is very, very interesting.
If it moves on your side but doesn't go past the middle point, you get to add a momentum point to your side to bring it easier to get it to the win spot.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then if the game's running too long, we can start adding them at the end to speed things up. It's a really cool system of like seeing the back and forth.
Yeah, yeah. So, obviously this is a mini game, but also we showed off that we have a bunch of cards, and this is one of these kind of games that has cards that denote what the miniatures actually do. So, for example, we're playing I guess a strike team is essentially made up of a sort of leader unit and then a support unit and little homies that kind of go along with him. So in this case, my leader is I'm going to be using Lord Maul. It's Darth Maul. Look at him. He was every 10-year-old's favorite when the episode 1 came out.
That's how old I was when episode 1 came out.
And so you'll basically see on this card kind of 2 main sort of pieces of information. One in the top left-hand corner is the point value on it, and that's just denoting how many. That's the threshold of units that you can have in your crew. And then on the right-hand side is the 3. That's how many force points he gives for having him in your crew. I also have Gar Saxon, Merciless Commander, and he's sort of my supporting kind of leadery dude. And you'll note that he has 4 points in his kind of thing. So that's 4 of my 8 that I'm using. It's basically denoting the threshold of how many kind of, if you've played a mini game, you've dealt with point systems before, so you're pretty familiar with how that works. This just, instead of doing 2,000 or whatever, they stuck to small numbers, which I appreciate. He gives no force points. And then finally, I have the Mandalorian Super Commandos. So I'm rocking Darth Maul with a bunch of Mandos, and so they also are worth 4 points. So together they equal 8, which is the amount that Maul's allowed to have in his little crew. And they also give 0 force points. Yeah. So on the other side, though, of those cards, they have all their like individual abilities and stuff. So you can check out like Lord Maul, for example. You're going to see all the different things that he can do. And this is one of these games that loves its symbols.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
So many
motherfucking symbols in this game. So these are various abilities. A lot of the ones will actually say kind of when you can do them.
That's what the symbol denotes. So there's ones that you pay force to use at the top there.
Yeah.
Because they have different force costs next to the name. The middle one, I believe, is a reaction. The revenge.
Yes, because it says like when this unit is wounded by a melee attack.
Yeah, so the horizontal line is a reaction ability, which usually will have a condition, and when that condition is met, you can then usually interrupt to do that thing. Mm-hmm. And then the final one, I think, is Maul's like activated, like.
So this is a thing that I believe use as an action for the turn, which is while this unit is not wounded, if I would spend force to use an ability, instead I can take damage equal to the amount.
Yes, that is his thing. Yeah. Some primaries have a ability, like I think James will have one on Han, which is when you activate them, they automatically do that thing as like the start of their activation.
Yeah,
but not all primaries have that.
Yeah. Then you'll also see in the bottom right hand corner. Yep. The health of the unit. So in this case, he's got 11. And then I believe that too is like how many.
It's like lives.
Like how many lives
So
they've got.
The 11 is how much damage you can take. Once you get to 11, you're then wounded, and then you would be out of action. You can't like control an objective, and then at the start when you next. There are things that will heal them. There are some abilities and stuff that can heal them. But generally, it's the next time you would draw their card to activate them. They then like become unwounded. They shed all their damage, and they're now back, but they've got one of those wounded tokens gone. And the main thing that will do is when you then go to use force abilities, you have to add an extra force to buy that ability for each wound token you have spent.
So all they've got the Dark Souls second life bar kind of action going
Similar
on there.
Marvel Crisis Protocol, the same thing where they get knocked out and then come back. Yeah. This has this sort of like, if someone gets one shot, Maul's not just gone. Like he gets another look in to do something cool.
Yeah. Now there is also a second card that comes with all the different characters, which is denoting their attacks and how they're going to be fighting. What I think is really interesting, and we can kind of showcase it really quick if you want to see Darth Maul's right there. We're not going to get into right away what this all means.
A lot of symbols.
A lot of goddamn symbols. But basically, this is going to be the card that you're going to be seeing the most when we're playing today, because it's going to showcase how attacks and stuff are done. So we'll kind of be going into that later. But I think as we're kind of going through, you'll see what we're doing. So why don't we also introduce what you've got going on over, James? James, you're playing the good guys.
I'm playing the good guys. I got our buddy General Solo as my little leader man here. So you can see also, I think similar to Ben, 3 force points.
Yep.
So we're both rocking 3.
One thing that's important on this card is he's General Solo. Yeah. And then underneath you can see it says Han Solo and Primary Unit. So Primary Unit is he's the leader, that's his type. But this game does what Star Wars Unlimited and some other games do, where they have characters from certain time periods. So this is obviously Endor General Solo. Yeah. But there are, or can be, other Han. So there's like Death Star Breakout Han, which is a different card, and so he's like, you could only ever have one Han Solo on the team, but there can be different eras. There's like Padawan Ahsoka and like old Jedi Ahsoka. There's like different eras of characters, which I think is cool too. Cool. So like Maul for Ben is Lord Maul. You could also probably have Darth Maul during his phase.
Yeah, so like Lord Maul, this is like Clone Era, Wars Era, Darth Maul.
Climb Lord Maul.
Yeah, when he's this is during the very weird Savage Press era.
Who is in the Night Sisters box?
Yes, I know. So I know this is the way that Funk's been getting into me. It is telling me that there's that you can get the Night Sisters and stuff like that. All the Dathomir homies. So who else you got?
Of course, if you're playing Han Solo,
could you imagine if you didn't?
Yeah, could you imagine? You got Chewie. We got Chewie with us here.
Chewie
so
he's got the bowcaster.
Kind of similar to our our little skirmish here is very even, I think, which I kind of like.
We're
right off
using
the start.
4 models.
We're 4 models. We've got like our main guy and their best friend, and then 2 other homies who, they're just homies. And in my side, we've got the Rebel Commandos. Look at those homies.
Actually, probably my favorite unit in the game so far.
Oh, interesting.
Because like support units sometimes, like the Mandos, I don't know how yours are, but the range on their attack is quite short in like some of the other teams I've played. Like a lot of people have pistols in Star Wars, as it turns out.
Yeah.
And pistols have very pistol-ass range. So the Commandos I like, they have range 5. Like they have the full gun range.
Yeah.
Which for support units
Yeah,
is cool.
most will use this 4-stick, but the 5-stick.
I'm a 5-stick man.
He's
myself.
a 5-stick man.
I mean, you can already see right off the bat the way that we've deployed all 4 of Ben units are fairly close together in the way that they actually get laid out on the table there. You can see my commandos are actually a little bit further ahead here starting off because the skill they have here is infiltration. When deploying characters in this unit, characters may be placed within 3 the 3-stick of the first place character from that squad's primary unit instead of the normal 1.
Yeah, so as you were kind of bringing up, we've already deployed all of our dudes, and when you're deploying them, you put your primary dude 2 inches from the side, unless there's any other special rules, and then every other character gets to just be 1 away from them. But in your case, you got to put them 3 away. They're deep in there, which I think is very, very neat.
Seems appropriate that Han Solo is like, you guys go up first. See if it's dangerous.
You figure it out.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the characters we're playing, and let's really quickly just kind of go over the turn structure, which I think is instantly so interesting to me. And you know what I thought about? I kind of thought about Arc a little bit, Arcs when we were doing this. Because this game loves its cards too, we have cards. Ta-da! With awesome art on them. And so how this game works is you don't actually get a full say in which model is going to activate each turn. You have your little deck here that's going to contain your units as well as a Shatterpoint card, and you're going to shuffle those up. And on your turn, you're going to flip over that card, and that's going to be the one that you get to activate for that turn. Now you can spend a force point to put it into reserve in case you want to activate that one later.
Yeah, you can have 1 unit in reserve at a time. So if you've not got one in reserve yet, you can pay 1 force to put that aside and then draw again.
Yeah. But for the most part, you're gonna be gripping it and ripping it with whoever.
And then some heroes like Obi-Wan has like something to do with reserving units, and like different heroes have different. There's a lot of different options when it comes to like changing the way teams play and things like that.
So when you draw the character card, that's the character that gets to go. When you draw the Shatterpoint card, you get to pick, which I think is really interesting.
You get to pick, and then usually, depending what round it is, there can sometimes be an extra thing for that, like you get a free dash when you do your Shatterpoint, stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's basically how it's going to go. And on an activation, each model is going to get to do 2 things, and they're pretty much what you would expect in a game like this. You can move. You can do a fight. You can hunker down, right?
Yep.
But the other kind of things are like activate an ability, hunker down, as I mentioned, which is just like put yourself and get an extra defense dice.
You take cover, basically.
Yeah. And then there is
focus up to.
There's
power
also
up a shot.
focus up, which is to power up a future attack, kind of coming in. But the thing that is worth noting is movement in this game, unlike a lot of mini games, is not so 100% lasered in on measuring verticality and stuff. So you can kind of see we have this very high up area that's here in the center. And one of the kind of movements that you can do is called a jump. And for the most part, if I had like a character here, I can just go whoop and pop him up on there. You're actually just measuring the horizontal, not so much the vertical distance. I think it's like up to 2 inches is treated as the same.
Yeah, so I don't think you could hop from ground up to the top, but that's what the ladders are for.
That's really interesting. That it's called what's called ingress points, and if you move to it and you're done there, you actually just get to hop up there as part of it's not part of like the movement. You can just kind of end and
if you finish within 1 of
a ladder.
So the side of all the measuring tools is the 1 measure, which is useful because you have a bunch of measuring tools. So you can get close enough to a ladder, then teleport it up to the top and finish within one of the top part, which is cool.
So great. I think without further ado, we should just kind of hop into things.
Let's start Star Wars
and get going. So we got to determine who's going to go first.
You can go first.
So there is a way you do this.
So you gotta roll 6 dice, James. We gotta play by the rules.
You roll 6, and it's based on the number of crit
From
symbols.
my understanding.
Yeah.
Wait, so
6 attack dice.
The grey ones, yeah. You're looking for the round one. This one is the crit symbol.
Yeah.
And then whoever has the most crits gets to go first.
I have 0.
I also have 0. So now we go to the more hits. I have 2 hits.
Which one are the hits? Or the ones
stars.
without? Okay, I have 3 hits.
Okay, so James is going to get to go first, which he's very excited about, I'm sure, Derek.
Sick. Let's go.
So, worth noting, only on the first person's first activation is the only turn you can't get
So you can
points.
move people onto points, but you won't move the momentum tracker just yet.
Yeah.
I think you would if you wounded someone, but to do enough damage to wound someone in the first activation is pretty wild.
Yeah. So, without further ado, James is going to draw his first card.
Bam! Chewbacca.
Chewbacca gets to go first. Now, you'll note that the Chewbacca card you just used has a little symbol in the top right, and that's to remind you that on his thing, he's going to have some sort of cool tactics ability.
Yeah.
I like that they do that.
Yeah, so at the start of this unit's activation, each character in this unit may dash.
Yeah. So he gets to do a free little dash.
Yeah.
Which is the
Towards an allied primary character, though.
I mean, so you can kind of.
As long as you're going in that direction, I believe you can go past him.
Yeah, I think that's probably
I think you just have to be. You have to finish.
Well, hold on. So, okay. If at the end of this movement, this character is within 3 of the chosen character, that character gains, and I'm pretty sure that's the hunker. Yeah, hunker.
Yep.
And each character in this unit may heal. Right? God, I'm good at this game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Heal.
So heal in this game means to either heal damage or to remove a condition.
Yeah.
Right.
One or the other.
Okay, so this is a dash.
Yep.
So at the start, each
So
character.
there's a whole thing with like pushes and pulls and movement in this game where if you like extend this to its maximum and then put it behind your guy, that's the cone they have to like move in.
Right.
So I would say like to move him towards Han, as long as you end up somewhere in that forward cone.
Like in this direction?
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Right?
And as long as we keep that rule consistent.
So come up to
So
basically.
you can go anywhere up to that limit.
As long as you're touching
as long as you're touching the
which I
tool,
think is really interesting.
Yeah, it's nice, yeah.
And then, so that's the free move, the free Wookiee loyalty
Yep.
is
Yeah.
what it's called, by the
Yeah.
way, sorry.
Also, yeah, I think that card did it, it made reference to this unit. That sounds like you're talking about the whole squad, but
refers
on the
to-
card,
It's-
it's
yeah,
referring to
it's
that
to-
model, so
yeah.
it's Chewbacca.
Correct. Okay.
And then he gets to, if you're within 3, hunker down or whatever, right?
Yes, so you get the hunker thing, which is this one.
Which just means I think you roll 1 extra defense dice.
Yes, so you can just put that on the card, is usually
on
what we do.
the Wookiee, on
the Chewie,
Chewbacca.
Yeah. We do that for hunkers and then for the negative.
Is it on
conditions.
Chewie or is it on Han?
I
well,
assume-
did I move-
What was the
okay.
wording of it?
So hold on, towards an allied primary. So I had to move towards Han,
yeah.
right? Which we're saying we did.
Sure.
If at the end of this movement, this character is within 3, that character gains hunker down.
Right, so you're definitely within 3, so Han
Gets the hunker, right?
Yeah,
Can I see?
it's a really good card art.
If at the end of this movement, this character's within 3, that character gains. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
So
so I think
Han-
Han gets the hunker
Yeah.
and you would be able to heal, but Chewie
But
is
Chewie's fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
so
so
now,
now
I'm
you need
here.
2 things.
Now
So
I can
now,
do-
you can move, you can jump up on top of it, you can try and get to a position and shoot someone.
I mean, there's no universe in which I can shoot
I don't
somebody.
know what range
What's
Chewie
the
is. I'm
range
guessing
on
he's a
Chewie?
5er. but,
5, yeah.
But even then, that you'd have to get. You could
could-
probably do it if you just ran out.
Ran
the
out,
open.
but that seems
that
like
doesn't
a
seem like
foolish
a great
idea.
So objectively speaking, you are looking to control any of or all, preferably, of these ringed objectives around.
Yeah.
So you want to probably.
And so
split.
where's the movement for?
So
standard-
this is the longer tool for movement,
Yeah.
and then the shorter one is for dash. So I
So
think
so you're doing an advance,
So I
as it's
feel like
called.
I'm basically just moving up to. I mean, I guess move this up to kind of in behind there. And
so that's one of your actions.
That's one of my
actions.
actions.
You could attack. You can.
So I can't attack.
You can take cover, which is like move 1 inch and then get a hunker token. You can dash, I believe, as an additional one.
So I could dash again.
Yeah, so the movement thing has 3 different sort of names, so that you can technically, because you can't move.
Yeah.
But you can advance, which is the big one, and dash, which is the small one.
Yeah.
Right?
And they're both move actions, but they're different. Yeah.
Okay, well then hold on 1 second, because I could probably get up to here and then get up if I had moved, because I was here. So if I go like this,
yeah. So you can just leave the tool there and then move him so that his base is touching the edge.
Base is touching here.
Yep.
And then dash to, if I dash to here, then I'm here, and then I would pop up here.
Yep.
Is my understanding?
Yeah.
Correct.
So as long as you're within 1 of an ingress point, which is the ladder,
is
you just get to
within
hop up.
this, so it's even bigger than that. And then so from there you can go anywhere within 1 of the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
Wherever you want.
So I can go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Go up here, and
Really
that would
fun.
be my go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an activation. So now it goes to me.
Yeah, so we normally then would check who owns points and stuff, but not for this first turn.
Yeah.
Oh, so I start with the Shatterpoint.
Cheater.
I
So
can
you-
pick.
You can also reserve the Shatterpoint if you didn't want to use it straight away.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
You can reserve the shadow.
I'm pretty sure you can reserve the
I thought you
Shatterpoint.
couldn't
Yeah.
reserve
I think
the
it gets
Shatterpoint.
shuffled back in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see.
Or like you reserve it, draw a new one, and then shuffle it back in, maybe.
I think I'm okay with it. I'm going to choose to do it, and I'm going to activate Gar Saxon. That's this buddy here. So he actually has a tactics ability, which is at the start of this unit's activation, choose another allied Mandalorian character, and that chosen character may jump. And jump is doing a little dash, but also...
Yeah, so jump is the dash tool, but you can use it to go vertically.
So I'm going to pick my Mandalorian Super Commandos. Now, there was a really good question that was asked in chat. We're seeing the word unit, and we're seeing the
Right.
word character.
Yeah.
And people were asking what the difference is. Unit refers to the entire thing. Character. Some units will have multiple characters, like,
Yeah.
for example,
Yeah.
these Super
So,
Commandos.
yeah,
So in this case, it says choose another Mandalorian character. So even though there's 2 dudes in this unit, only one of them is going to get to jump.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little Mandalorian here, and they're going to do a jump right over there. So that's a for free thing.
You
So
just have to touch this, right, to control it.
you need to be within 1? Is that it?
I think it's within 2
okay.
of the center of the
I
table.
watched the gameplay and they looked pretty. Like,
It's not that tight.
It's not
like-
that tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we saying like that would be control?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's your base would have to be touching
Okay.
like somewhere out here. So
Okay.
you've got quite a big, decent radius.
Great. Now I'm going to activate Gar. I'm going to do a advance with him and put him there. Did we figure out for focus if that goes to your
Right.
next attack?
Yeah,
or-
I'm not sure with focus if when you gain a focus, it's until you next attack or it's until you're next activated. I have a feeling it's next activated.
I was curious because it was just like
Well, I think it's both. It would get used in the next attack.
yes.
But I think it's the question of whether like you would be able to focus on one turn, then the next time you came up, then be able to make an attack with that focus
I
point,
assumed that
or
it
if
was
it
like
drops off when you
I
get
assumed that it was like the
activated.
attack version of Hunker because you're hanging on to those Hunker. I
Well,
assume.
Hunger also drops off when you're activated.
Oh, does
So
it?
it protects you like
Oh,
while
interesting.
you're not like while you're hanging around, haven't
Okay.
been activated, but then it will drop off.
Well, I'll do.
It also drops off if like people enter like engage range and some
Right.
other stuff. I think too.
I will do like a little Hunker here, so that I'm kind of like still within it, but I'm resting up against here, and so Gar also gets a Hunker in case he's going to get shot, and that's going to be his little activation there. And now, because it's the second activation, we're going to check and see how many control points are controlled for my team. So in my case, I control 2 of the activated ones. So the struggle counter is going to move 2 towards the blue side.
But that's not fair.
Yeah.
No momentum because no one was wounded or anything.
And that's an activation.
Well, technically, you do both start with 1 momentum.
do we?
Yeah, it starts on the end piece. like always.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then
I had no idea.
like it's the reason why you can just move the tokens in, or other people will fill it with many tokens. But
Okay.
it does start at the edge.
Okay.
Great.
Now-
That is me.
So now we do it again.
Now it's yours.
Can you lose momentum?
Yes, so you can sell it for like some characters like Hera can use a momentum point to heal like her team, and you're making the game harder for you, but you're healing your dudes.
Right.
And kabam!
Neither of these teams can do that though.
It's the Commandos' turn.
I'm gonna give you those.
Thank you. So Commandos do not have
Any sort of
tactical ability at the start here.
No. I straight up do not know the answer to the focus question. By the way.
Interesting.
It's like not
Okay.
in there.
All right, so I guess what we want to do...
So the way these work is you're activating them as a pair. So you can do 2 actions with either of them,
or one with...
both of them.
My understanding was each action that you do, you have to do with the other one.
Yeah,
And
so
then
you can move them both.
So if I decide to move one, I then have to move the other, and then do another action, and then that
you could decline to move him, but it would also that's one of the actions, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you don't have to actually physically move him, but if you've moved one, that's one of the actions was a move action. I think this is the correct way.
Okay.
This is the way.
All right, well then I will... I mean, what I'm tempted to do is kind of just move up to here and go pew-pew, because I'm pretty sure... Can I get the 5, please?
Yes, you may.
So I just need to get up to...
Yeah.
And then so this is the... I actually don't think I can get that far with...
I think so.
So this guy can get...
Because remember, it's just touching the thingy.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you sort of fit in between the two.
So you gotta,
Just like that.
So you gotta
There you go.
Here, and then I don't know about the other guy though. This damn ladder is in my way, which I guess is kind of the point of the ladder.
You could go up the ladder.
I don't think he can go up the ladder, but then he wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, it's basically what we said. So once you've done the move action, you have to make the move action with all the units in that squad.
Yeah.
You can choose not to do it, but you would have to complete that, and then you did a move action. Then you could do another one, which is like a fight or whatever.
Yeah.
So all the guys have to do the same action.
Yes. There are different types of moves. So like you could make an advance with one, and then make a climb with another, because they're both types of move. They didn't have to be the same exact move, but they were both move actions, if that makes sense. You can't move with one and shoot with another.
Hold on one second.
I'm gonna move.
So, because I'm looking at
move.
looking
Shut
at
up. Let's
the
move.
commando doctrines, each character in this unit may dash. If one or more characters ends this movement within 4 of an enemy character, this unit immediately makes a focus action and gains hunker.
Yes. Does that have a force icon?
It does,
number?
yeah.
Yeah, so you would have to spend a force to do that as an ability. That's not one of your actions. So using an ability doesn't count as an action. You just do that in somewhere in your turn.
So I think that's what you're thinking is great. So if you do the move, and then you do
then dash,
then do the dash using the point, both of them get focus. Then you shoot.
Then you
with
shoot.
even
Yeah,
more.
exactly. Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna go here. We're gonna go.
Oh, and I guess while you're doing that, an important distinction for these multi-unit characters, they have multi-units, but they share the health pool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if one gets shot and they get knocked out,
The
they
other
both
one
are
is
down.
also
Yeah. All right. And then so I need to finish within 4. So easily dash up to there. Oh, this guy.
There you go.
Dashes
Very
up.
nice.
Dashes up to there.
Damn. Okay.
Okay. So then I would use...
A force. That was the force
You just
point.
turn it over because it has a grey side.
Perfect. So yeah, using the force point, that's what I just did. So what I just did was the commando doctrines. Each character may dash, which I just did. If one or more characters ends this movement within 4 of an enemy character, this unit immediately makes a focus action and gains hunker. So I gain hunker on here, correct?
Yep.
And then how does the focus action?
So focus just means you're going to get an extra die in the
In
the next attack.
The only thing I wonder is, does paying for the dash move one of them or both of them?
I don't know. I assume
Does it say character or
each character in this unit may.
Oh, okay, so they're both. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
You're good.
So, okay. So then that
guess that
happens.
would be kind of
and now I attack.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
Yep. So we attack with one and then the other.
Yeah.
So their
Okay. So
attack card lists.
So let's bring up the Rebel Commando's attack card, and we can kind of go through how a fight goes. So you're doing the ranged attack,
Yep.
which is typically you have up to 5, which is great. So you're going to be rolling 7 dice. That's what the triangle there.
Yeah.
The square number underneath it, those are defense dice. So if he would a ranged defense, that's how many dice he would go to. So in my case, I have ranged defense of 4.
And I'm rolling 7 or 8?
Well, you're going to be rolling 8 die,
right?
because you got the focus.
Because I went to focus,
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm attacking. So I just do 1 first?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. So we're rolling die that have hit, fail, critical hit, and expertise symbols on them.
all right. So we've got crit, hit,
Miss, and then 3 expertise,
okay.
which is cool. So Ben can roll his, yeah.
Okay. So now I'm going to be rolling 4 die. And I have 2 expertise and 1 defense and 1 fail.
So let's work on James's first. He's got his card up. So
Yeah.
the expertise are the main ones. These are these diamond symbol dice.
Yeah.
You look on the card underneath the blaster rifle on the bottom left.
Yeah.
It has 1, 2 to 3, or 4 plus. So in this instance, James has 3 expertise, so he would fall in the middle on the 2 to 3.
And that's
2
2 hits.
normal hits.
Yeah, 2
so
normal
these
hits.
basically become 2 normal hits.
And then this
And then that goes-
just kind of goes away.
And that's his like resolved dice.
Yeah, so you've got 2 crits and 3 hits.
Unless he had like other abilities or other characters that could modify
Right.
dice results, which
Yeah.
you know. And then same for Ben. Ben would consult his card for his unit, and in the bottom right there'd be an expertise tree for defense.
Yes. So having 2 expertise is they're just going to be 2 expertise gives me 2
Successes.
successes.
yeah.
Yeah. So now what we're going to do is we look at this weirdo graph thing
Yeah.
that is above. So we'll go to James's guys here.
Yep.
And James is going to basically pick the path that he's going down to, and you're going to resolve it step by step.
Yeah, so the way it works is Ben got 3 successes on the blocks, which cancel out 3 of James's normal hits. So that's an easy 1 for 1, leaving James with 2 crits, which are unblockables. So James can go 2 steps down this tree.
Yeah. So you'll see that there is a arrow, and then there's a little explosion. The little explosions are damage. So in total, what we're going to be seeing is that it's going to be doing 2 damage to my character and shoving twice. Is that what, or what's the?
Well,
or
it's 2
pinning?
down the tree, so he automatically gets the first one.
Yeah.
Then you move up 1, and then move up again.
What's
or
the?
is it just 2?
What's
I
the
can't remember.
arrow there?
So the first arrow is pinned.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
this is saying is, so you're pinning me and doing 2 damage.
Yes.
Yeah. In total.
And then the second one is a shove and damage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
Easy.
So yeah, so in total, my character is going to be taking 2 damage here. So he's going from 9 to 7, and he is going to get shoved and pinned. So a shove in this is just a 1. Is
Yes,
that what it
correct.
is?
Yeah. It's
And-
a 1 backwards.
Yeah.
Or in the backwards, like cone away.
Yeah.
From
So, and I get, or
you.
you get the
James
choice.
gets to choose which direction he goes. Yeah.
And do you have
Usually you want him just away from objectives.
I assume, like,
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
we'll just do like
Does
that.
that, and does that put him out of range of my next attack then? Right?
Potentially.
Your guys are 5.
5. Right.
So-
right.
So you're A-okay.
Yeah.
to do
But you
another
would
shot.
probably do that to make sure that you don't push him out of range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We had the 4 there because I wanted to finish within 4.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
And
so
then what? So that's the shove,
that was the shove, and now I'm pinned.
and the pin is
It means that the next movement that I'm going to do gets
Is-
negated.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it stays until I choose to do some sort of movement.
Unless Ben uses the heal as one of his actions to remove a condition.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, now we
So
just
that's
do
the
it
first
again.
turn. We
Yeah.
just do it again.
Oh, sorry. I should have. Crap. I had a
Okay.
hunker token.
Oh, so that would have
Oh,
given
okay.
you an extra.
It was a fail. We'll say
Okay.
that. But this time I'll roll 5. I forgot that I had the hunker.
Okay.
And is it gone now?
It will be after this, like, use,
Okay.
basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So we go again.
We go again.
All right. We got a hit, a hit, expertise, fail, hits, miss. So 3 hits, 2 expertise.
Yep.
Okay.
Rough stuff.
An expertise and a
Regular
success,
stuff, yep.
so that just turns into another success.
Yep.
Because this turns into
Whatever it says for 2, which I think
hit.
is the same.
Yeah,
right?
it's the same thing. So it's 5 hits.
5 hits, so I'm blocking 2 of
block
it,
2 of them.
and so you
So
get to go
you
3.
now go 3 up the tree. So now you have the first choice because you take the first 2 and then you can
1, 2,
go
and then I can go down.
across or down. The difference there is just you can.
So I can heal down below.
No.
No.
So currently
that'd be
you're only,
later. That's,
you're
you're
only
not going
moving
that
3.
far.
Oh, right, yeah. 1, 2, yeah.
So basically your choice is to either do a 3rd damage or shove
Or
me
shove you more,
more.
right.
And the 3rd damage will also disarm me, which I think-
Disarm means that when you next attack, they don't use expertise for anything.
Right.
Do you start the track anew each time?
Yes, you do. Each because this is a different character doing it, so they're rolling up the tree.
But the next time the...
Sorry, yes, it does reset every time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so what I will do is I'm going to hit, pin, hit, shove, and shove.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do 2 hits.
So I can't be. Oh, right. So this is where we actually get to point out another thing. So because I'm already pinned from the last one, I'm not double pinned.
Yeah.
I take an extra damage.
You can only ever
Yes,
have one
right.
of each condition.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
instead of getting a second pin, you just get an extra damage on top.
Yeah. So basically, what we're seeing out of this is that in total, I'm going to take 3 damage, get shoved twice.
Correct.
So
So again, yeah, just back you go.
goodbye.
Back to where you started.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
All
So
right, great.
You have to get quite a few hits in order
Be a
to
bit
get all the way to the
more
end of the
damage,
track.
right? Is it, each symbol is just 1 damage? So it'd be 1, 2, and then the additional one for the pin is 3. Or is each symbol there 2 damage?
So okay, so he's doing the first one,
Yeah.
which is a damage and a pin.
Yep.
The second one, which is a damage and a shove.
Yeah.
And he went down, which is a shove.
Okay, so it's just 3 damage total.
3 damage in
yeah,
total.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, he's down to 4. Or yeah, holy moly. Okay,
Great.
this game's bloody.
That is my turn.
So now that we're at the end, you get to we,
Right,
we,
so
we
who's
check the
controlling?
things.
So Chewie controlling this one?
Chewie control this one, and right, and that's it's just
you
we're
just check
checking
your
ours. So yeah, I'm 1.
So the struggle, you'll move 1 towards James.
Which is
So-
red or blue?
He's towards red. James is red. So it stayed on my side.
Yeah.
What happens now?
So now that means you would add a extra momentum to bring. Is that your side? No, that's.
Yeah, you add it to my side.
Oh, but that's so. Yes, it does add to James. So basically,
Oh.
it's when he scored, but it didn't come over to his side. He gets a reward of making his track shorter.
Right, it's a catch-up mechanic.
Because it's still on your side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Does wounding somebody give, or you have to actually take them out?
So the distinction is we're currently putting damage on characters, and someone is yet to be wounded.
Right,
If one of the characters gets damaged enough to be wounded, then that also adds a momentum.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
Thing, yeah.
All right. My turn. It's Maul time.
Lord Maul.
All right. So currently, what's really cool that we talked about is the primary has their damage card, as we've shown, but they're actually dual-sided.
They have stances.
Yeah, so I've started the game in his Sinister Cunning stance, which gives him a ranged attack. He can yeet his lightsaber, and is also a little more defensive. The other side is for when I get into melee and...
Go Super Saiyan.
And you can choose which stance you're in depending once you activate.
So you can change it at any point during your activation. So you can change it at the start and do a bunch of stuff. You can do something, then change it, or you can change it at the end as your final thing.
Can you pass me the movement tools, please, my friend?
Because sometimes one's better for like being shot during your turn, so
Yeah.
you want to end on that one. But ones like Ben's usually like he'll probably get extra dice on the attack and go extra ham. And like his expertise chart will be different, is also a big one.
Right.
So like you might see more crits and
Yeah.
different things. Mm-hmm. It's cool too because a lot of the lightsaber users, their stance name is the name of that lightsaber form. Like Kanan has a Ceresu lightsaber form.
Wait, does that... Oh, like just short. Okay, so I am going to have to do this then.
So that's also specifically what you were not supposed to do, which is use both movement tools at the same time to figure it out.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, they specifically cite that you can use either a movement measurement tool or a range measurement tool, but not both in conjunction with measuring something.
Yeah.
So if you want to pre-measure, you would have to go like that and go, okay, that's to there. Now I'll lift this one up and put this other one down. So it just means it's the same thing, but with extra steps.
Okay.
But the idea is that they want you to have some amount of pre-measuring, but not literally like, okay, I'm going to move this far, and then I get this, and then I can like sweep the thing and see like, okay, this is my zone.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all right, because I have an idea of what I want to do. So first off, I'm going to use I have an ability called Sustained by Rage.
Okay.
Sounds like more.
Yeah, so while this unit is not wounded, when it would spend force to use an ability, it can suffer damage equal to the cost instead. So I'm going to actually activate my Force Speed ability, which allows me to take a free move.
Hell yeah.
A free advance. So I'm going to take 1 damage, because that's how much it costs. And I get to do this move for free without actually spending any action points.
Nice.
Okay.
So that means that he didn't have to spend an action point to do it, but you now can't advance again this phase because you did the advance, even though you didn't pay for it. It doesn't mean you can then now pay for another advance. You could,
I could dash
and then fight,
Yeah.
but you can't double move that way.
What's the range of melee? Is it
It is 1.
It is 1? Okay.
No, 2 is engagement range.
2 is engagement range?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't have 2 things on the thing. Eyeballing.
Yeah, it is very much like that.
I'm okay with it.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think that's probably more of a competitive
that
thing.
feels like that definitely feels like more of a like I'm super okay with host ruling this so that we like.
Well, because that's the thing is like, okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to still measure this in the way I want. It's just going to take longer. So you do you, buddy.
Go get a Coke. Take a pee break.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So what I'm gonna then do is, interesting.
Old Warhammer used to have a bunch of rules like that. Like there were weapons and things that you had to guess the range on.
Yes.
And you were not allowed to
And
measure.
so you would see people standing back from the table, like holding it up, like trying to like judge it by eye.
This might be too ham, but this just seems really fun and interesting.
Yeah.
So I haven't used any points yet. I'm going to do a dash wherever I just put the dash 1. Here it is.
Because he was back here prior to the move,
Yeah.
right?
So I'm gonna do a dash.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay. Next, what I'm gonna do, or I guess I don't actually have to go, that far, because I want to. Sorry, he was like there. I want to stay in range of this, but I need.
He's cooking something. I don't know what's.
I have something neat. I think. Okay. This is gonna be cool. I promise.
No, I'm in for it.
This is where my mini knowledge, I guess, kind of comes into play here. I basically want to do something while still being within control range of this.
Right.
So I'm moving Maul here, doing a dash. So that's my first action. Then I'm going to use a Force ability, which, from my understanding, does not use.
No, you pay for it, but it's not one of your
it's not my
actions.
thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend 2 to use my other Force ability. There is no place to run. I choose a character in this unit and an enemy character that is within 3 of this dude. Pull the chosen enemy character 2 towards the chosen allied character, and they get the exclamation part. I don't know what that one is.
Yes, so that is exposed. That means that when they are rolling defense for the next attack, they can't use expertise in their defense rolls. So they just have to roll pure successes.
So I'm pulling this buddy over towards me, who is now within engagement range.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm swapping over into Dark Rage mode.
You were right. That is very cool.
So I'm going into my melee mode, and I'm going to make an attack.
Okay.
Dark Rage.
So this will be James's melee defense, which is the blue ones under the melee profile.
So 4.
Yep.
Oh,
you are hunkered, but I think hunker is mostly for shots, not melee combat.
I have no idea.
I feel like when you get into engagement range, hunkers are supposed to fall off.
I'm going to be rolling 7 dice.
all right.
Using my double-bladed lightsaber.
Hunker tokens and cover, okay. Character benefiting from cover adds number of defense dice equal to the cover value to the defense roll when from a ranged attack. Can also gain cover from hunker tokens. Each hunker token unit grants characters in that unit cover 1. A unit loses all its hunker tokens at the start of its activation or when a character in that unit becomes engaged. A unit that is engaged cannot gain or have hunker tokens.
So this goes away?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we can bring up my attack, my Dark Rage card, and let's do a big roll here.
Oh, good.
All right, I got 2 crits, 2 hits, and an expertise.
Cool.
I guess that's...
Expertise, yeah, and that's a success.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So you, would
So
look at whatever
Yeah,
one
so
expertise
it becomes
is.
two blocks.
So, an expertise, a single 1 to 2, adds a crit and just does a damage to you.
Wow. That's some dark rage, all right.
All right, I'm Angie, so right away you just get a damage, I think. Is that...
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll add it to the one
Sure,
that he'll get
sure.
scanned. So he gets 2 successes, so 2 of your normals are blocked.
Yep. So now we got 3 crits.
Okay.
So we're gonna go along my thing. It's double damage, and then I can go double damage, and then damage shove, or damage. I assume that's bleed.
Strained. So that's like when they next want to do an action, they have to remove that first or take damage.
Okay. How much health does these guys
8.
have? 8. Okay, so I can't quite kill you. So I think what I'll just do is I'll go. In total, I guess I'm doing 6 to you because I'm going to go damage, and I'm going to go up for damage, strained, and you're also
And
taking
then
1
the one
damage from my
from the original,
expertise.
yeah.
So
So 6.
6 damage, and you become strained.
And what's strained again?
Strained is the next time you need to do an action. If you you can heal as your action, which will remove a condition. But if you don't do that and you have strain, when you like move or shoot afterwards, I believe you take 3 damage.
So if you don't heal, they die, or they go down.
They take a hit. So it's like that trade-off of like, well, I can't afford to use an action to heal this. I'm going to have to eat this damage just so I can move and then fight or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's my activation. And now at the end, I am still within control of this and
some
control
damage.
of that one.
Yep.
That's 6 damage, by the way.
Oh, yes. Here, I'll hand that to you. And so I'm going to move up to 3.
Yeah. And right, so it goes this way. 1, 2.
And I will pass the turn to you, James.
Okay. Well, I don't know who I'm going to draw.
That's the thing. You can't
It could
quite
be
make plans.
Anybody? Well, no, it's going to be Han Solo.
Well, it could be Shatterpoint.
I get.
then.
Well, so if it had been Shatterpoint, could I then?
You can still activate Han Solo and then activate him again.
But you could also.
Shatterpoint
but
is,
I could move
Shatterpoint
somebody
is you
else.
get to pick anyone.
Yeah.
So you have a tactics ability.
Yeah. Okay. So this one reads. Then we'll do it real quiet, like. At the start of this unit's
Mom and Dad are home.
Yeah, at the
Real
start
quiet, like.
at the start of this unit's activation, choose another allied Rebel Alliance character.
Yep.
If the chosen character's unit order card is in the order deck or in reserve, each character in this unit and the chosen character may move. Otherwise, each character in this unit and the chosen character may dash.
So I don't believe you have any.
I don't.
No.
So, but your dudes get to dash, which
Yes.
is neat. That's really That's really
You
powerful.
and a rebel, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like Han, because he cares about rebels, and then if you use Leia with the Ewoks, everyone is now a rebel. And
Yeah,
like,
I can see this crew has a lot of movement.
Yeah.
That's wild. They get to really scoot around.
yeah, it's very much a movement of your dude's game, but also shoving the combat shoves of being able to push people off a point.
Right.
You can also technically follow them. So like, I think it's maybe not a shove, but a push specifically. There's one where you like. Maybe it still works for shove, but if you need melee, for example, if you had gotten a shove with Maul, you can push the character back 1 and then follow up with a movement of 1 yourself. So you can kind of ride them forward.
Neat.
So, okay. So, if I pick, say, this guy,
Yep.
I can dash him and only him, or both?
It says character.
It says character, right?
Yeah, so you pick one,
It would just
yeah.
pick one. So I could move this guy away from Maul.
Yep. I believe you can dash out of engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, character always refers to a single model.
Yeah.
Unit refers to everything, like everything.
That
the card,
which
Yeah.
most of the time is still a single character,
Yeah.
annoyingly.
See ya.
But there are some where it's the both the troopers.
And then
And then Han gets to
Han
do it
gets
too.
to do that as well.
Yep.
Okay.
I think he can just move up. I don't
Yeah,
think he
one
needs to move
second,
into
though.
anyone specific.
When enemy. Okay, no.
Is the soft royalty-free music going, Paul?
Outnumbered, not after a character in this unit makes an
Not
attack as part
at the
of.
moment.
Let's keep a
Got some space music going, I
when
assume.
an allied unit is wounded by an
I'm kind of a fan of dice with their own symbols. I know, like, probably once you get a lot of these games, there might be a real, like, the bane of your existence, but
that would actually be a really fun loading ready live bit.
how many different proprietary dice?
Just what die is this game
What
from?
die is this game from?
Yeah.
That would actually be
After a
super
character
cool.
in this unit makes an attack as part of. Okay, so all right, so I'm going to.
It would suck to put all the dice back afterwards, but
Yeah. I feel like I just want to move up in control here.
So yeah, the way to think about it is you're obviously scoring for this round, but you're also wanting to get yourself in a position to control the board for subsequent struggles. Because what's
Yeah.
going to happen is the next phase, once we get done with this mission, it's going to be like 3 points, and one of those points is worth double the amount of points per activation. So you're like trying to cap specific ones.
Yeah.
Which is harder because you've also got smaller teams. This is the amount of points we would play for like double the size of
Yeah,
teams.
I don't really know. So it's like I can dash up here.
I think just putting yourself on points is a good call.
It feels like it.
And getting to where you can, because I think also he has stuff about reacting and shooting people when they wound his team members.
Yeah, so it's like.
So having him be kind of centralized to be able to do that,
So I'm just I'm looking at the other like. Yeah.
I think it's when your
So
team
after
wins
it's like
someone or
outnumbered,
they-
not outgunned is after a character in this unit makes an attack as part of a combat action. This unit may use this ability. One character in this unit may make a 5 dice
yeah,
attack
he gets a little
targeting
bonus
character.
attack.
He gets to
But I'm not doing that because I don't think I'm in a position to shoot
You could
here.
potentially get up here with a move and a shoot to shoot this Mando.
That's
You'd
fair.
get to where you could shoot Maul. Too.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you definitely shoot in position to be able to move up and shoot.
Yeah, and
Because
then-
that dash was just part of your activation move.
Yeah, right. So that I could still move up to.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure because he's of range 5. I think.
Yeah. So like if I get up to here, and then 5.
Because that's like
That's
pretty
the
good
thing.
distance.
5 is huge.
All right, so you're moving.
So I think I'm going to move, and then I'm going to. Yeah, I think I'm going to shoot Maul, which is yes, very much.
Okay.
Good.
Hit him with the DL-44.
So, all right. So let's pull up. So I have Han and Gunslinger, by the way.
Okay.
I think
You can choose to change it.
It can choose to change it to Smug Scoundrel.
Generally, they expect to either be like a ranged or a melee or offensive or defensive is usually how they go. Sometimes they'll be like real supporty where there's like a lot of heals and stuff. But
And I think Gunslinger is what I'm going to go for.
Yeah,
So I'm going to
sounds
be
like it.
rolling.
Turn him into shoot first mode.
Okay, so yeah, so we're shooting Maul.
Shooting Maul.
Shooting Maul. I get 7 attack.
I've got 5 defense dice.
damn.
And
Then I guess he's a primary.
so we got a hit, 3 hits, a crit, and 2 expertise. And 2 expertise turn into 1 to 2 turn into a crit, and then a normal hit. I assume is what that means.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the first one turns into a crit,
Yep.
and then the second one turns into a normal hit.
Yes.
So like on this thing, more than 4 expertise gives you nothing, right? Like
Correct. It's
There's
4 and above.
4 and above, yeah.
interesting.
I have two blocks in total.
Okay.
So you block
You block 2 normals.
2
yeah.
normals.
Leaves James with 4 successes. So you can get pretty far down this tree. Oh, that's Maul's tree. But James is looking at the right one.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is Han Solo we're looking at. Yeah, there you go.
So I can go. So I start with 2 damage.
Yep.
And then I can either go up to 2 damage and then over to another damage and the exposed.
That means Maul wasn't exposed for that one, right? No, the commandos are exposed, yeah. That means the next time they're defending, they wouldn't use expertise.
What are the crits doing again?
Crits just mean they can't be blocked by
Right,
his
yeah,
successes.
yeah, okay,
Other
yeah,
than that, they're the same.
They're
just
the
a
same.
success now.
And what's the 4 across the D-pad?
That is a reposition. So
get to
that
move.
lets you do an advanced move.
Okay. 1, 2.
Yeah, so your choice is
push.
5 damage and an expose, or 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, a shove, and a reposition for Han.
2, 3, 4. It's 5 damage either way I go, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
It's 4 damage if you go down the bottom way. The top way is 5 damage. With the
Oh,
expose.
right, you're right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, let's...
and then I guess there's the shove and an extra damage at the end, right? Because you're going 4 things up. So you get 1,
2, 3,
the 2
4.
on the side, and then the 4th.
Okay, I'm going to go down. So I'm going to go
Okay.
hit, and I'm going to go down to shove.
Yep.
Yeah,
Away. Away, I assume?
Yeah, just away. That's good. I like that. And then another hit, and then I go to a hit, and then the reposition. You said, what was it actually called?
Reposition.
Yeah, literally. And so do I do that after all this
do
is
that
done?
now.
Technically, you do it now, yeah,
do
and then
do
you
it now?
have the option to shove Maul again into the last one.
And 1 more damage. Okay, so...
So that's the big movement tool.
But so here's a question. If I reposition...
You don't have to do it. You can reposition a very small amount, or you have up to a full advanced movement tool of movement.
Right. But if I reposition myself out of range...
You're not going to be able to do your ability.
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
able
you
to
would
use
still
my...
need to be within. That still needs to be a valid attack.
So currently you have shoved me out of the way.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah,
you're
so
going
you
to
would
want to
need
do
to
is
follow
sit
up
up.
with a bit.
Yeah, so I can reposition here.
Sure. As far as you want. You have up to that big movement tool
Yeah.
worth of distance. So.
Actually, hold on. The big...
I like how you shoved Darth Maul with a gun.
We'll go here.
Sure.
All right, because then theoretically I should be able to zoop
Yep.
up at the end there. So repositioned. Okay.
Well,
then,
so if you want to go up the ladder now, you can, because you've ended next to an access or an ingress point. So because you're within one of the ladder, you can teleport up the top if you want to.
right. Okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage,
Yep.
and then another shove.
Yep.
And you can go just kind of like back that direction. Yeah, that works.
Hey,
Okay.
ow. Stop pushing me.
So, okay. So then that's done. So now, after a character in this unit makes an attack as part of a combat action, I can do that.
It's the 5 dice attack, right?
Yeah, after the effective result.
So it took
remove
5 in
one
total?
condition.
Yes.
So the other one here is, hey, it's me. Once per turn, when an enemy unit becomes wounded, which I have done.
No one has
Oh.
wounded yet.
Yeah.
So you
Oh,
put,
yeah,
you
yeah,
put
right.
damage
Yeah,
on.
wounded is all the way down, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Maul is 6 damage away.
Yeah. So it's you either do that thing or that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do your
Yeah.
extra shot, which is just a 5 dice
Yep.
attack.
So that's
So that costs you the 1 force
Yeah.
to use.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, because you're using such small squads, you're going to refresh the deck a lot. You're going to spend your force tokens a lot, so
Yeah.
you should be using
Yeah.
them at every opportunity.
Okay. We've got a crit, a hit, 2 expertise, which is going to be a crit and a hit.
So I got 3 normals.
Okay, so you
So
block
you
2 of his
block
normals,
2
but
of
you
my
can't
normals.
block his crits.
My 2 crits.
So he has 2 successes.
I will go hit, and then up, hit.
4 damage, yeah.
4 damage, so
4 damage.
I
Just
have
add a
1
5.
health.
Oofa doofa.
Yeah,
1
it turns
HP
out
gain.
having a bunch of dudes who all have range and can shoot twice is...
Yeah, he rolled up and just got plugged.
both of my guys are almost dead. I'm
Okay. And
seeing
then
the synergy.
I now end my turn by
Yeah.
coming up here.
What about blocking things with his double-ended lightsaber?
For sequencing, you would have done that when you finished the reposition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
'cause
just
you-
resolve each step and anything that would be encompassed in that step.
Yeah, it's also about the actions.
So
'cause
anytime you end next to
Oh, anytime you end your movement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not
yeah.
a separate thing to climb it.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
because you ended. Think of it as like a little teleporter.
Sure.
You ended within one, you get to teleport
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
You just the only thing you can't do is go close on the ground one side of a ladder and teleport around it horizontally. You have to at least use the ladder.
Okay.
Because originally people were doing that and they were warping around like it was Gears of War.
Wargaming people just ruining everything.
Okay, so then that is the end of my...
That is Han's activation.
Yeah, so I am controlling 1, 2.
Right.
Yep.
So it goes down to 1 on my side.
And then I still... and then
Because it was moved and stayed on
Yeah.
Ben's side. It goes like that.
All right. Interesting.
It also would add 1 to each side if it goes to 0.
Yeah. All right. I'm activating my buddies, my super commandos. Okay, so
What makes them super?
they put it in their name.
I think it might be to do with the markings on their helmet. They're in Clone Wars, I know that. I watched a bunch of Clone Wars while I was laid up from surgery at the end of last year, but I'm not through all of it yet. I've been doing the watch list, because there are a lot of episodes of that show. It's like, there's a lot. They're only 20 minutes, but it's still a lot.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. First things first, I'm the realist. I'm going to activate, I'm going to use my last force point here to use their jetpack ability. So each character in this unit may do a free jump.
So this is where it becomes a 2D thing. So you just look at Ben's unit here, who can move the small marker, but can go any distance vertically. So if you can make it, you can get all the way up to the top.
Yeah. So I'm actually just going to jump them like this, because I don't... Yeah, and then I'm going to...
Pardon me. So sorry.
This is about too long, right?
I think so.
Where's the 2?
Oh, it's slightly different.
Yeah, it's annoyingly slightly different.
Okay, that's fine. They're going to go like this. Okay.
Cool.
That's going to trigger their ability, Mandalorians are stronger together. After this unit makes a move action, it may use this ability. If a character in this unit is within 2 of another allied Mandalorian character, that Mandalorian character immediately takes a focus action.
Okay.
He's focused. I don't know what the
Does that mean Gar gets the focus action or the...
Gardas.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then... So I haven't used any points yet. I'm going to... I guess I'm supposed to keep these guys together. That's okay, though. I'm going to do a advance action, and how far can they shoot? They're 4 shooters, so I'm kind of looking for something in that realm. That's fine. Okay, so maybe I should have done this in a better way. That's fine. We're gonna move this friendo here.
How did Gar get so shot up?
These 2 came
Oh,
up.
right.
Shot.
Oh, yeah,
that was
right,
my
that's-
Because
first.
he's got 5.
Yeah,
he can,
that was my
he can
first.
he can just move and shoot me from across the board. It's pretty spooky.
Yeah, the commandos are sick.
The commandos have all sorts of... Can you go backwards on the track?
Like lose momentum, you mean?
No, on the damage track.
No. There are some instances where you can go like up, like you can carve down vertically,
Like
and stay like you can side grade. So some of the later teams that have come out, some of the arrows will have links going down between them, so you can really go like all over the board.
but
If you get enough successes.
But like in this case, if he had
You
4,
couldn't loop around, no, because there's no path there that links back. It always dead ends.
right, and so if you
So-
had 4, you wouldn't want to go down because
Exactly, because you would unless you really wanted that jump for some reason. So that's why they put that down there as a choice of like, well, you can take the jump, but then you can't do anything more after that. You can't then go back and go up.
Moving character suffers if the moving character is no longer engaged with one or more of the characters in this unit. Sorry, this is written in a really weird way. So when an enemy character that is engaged with one or more characters... Oh, I understand. It's if you try to get away from them, you take 2 damage.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Gotcha. Okay. Here's what we're going to do then. We're going to perform a dash.
It's there beside your card.
Right, there we go. And we're gonna have this little buddy here dash like this. Oh no, maybe I'm just supposed to. No. You know what? Let's just shoot.
Okay.
This one, we're shooting this guy.
Okay.
They have, what's called disruptive tactics. I'm shooting my blaster pistol at you. And they have
Sounds
I
mighty
mean, that is-
disruptive.
5 dice.
I would be disrupted by that.
Sorry, what is this again?
Your ranged shot coming into the rebel commandos.
Yeah, no, the
Oh,
exclamation mark
that's
again?
exposed. So that means on your defensive rolls, you can't use expertise. You just get raw saves.
Rude. Oh, Jesus. I rolled 3 expertise.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
James got 1.
I got 3 hits.
Okay, so he blocks 1.
1, yeah.
All right, so I do 3 damage and disarm.
So that's enough to wound me.
Great.
Cool. So you lose the expose because you used that on a roll.
So that goes away.
You gain disarm, was it?
Yep.
And then these.
What's the difference between what's disarm?
Disarm is the same, but they can't use expertise on an attack.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So these go away.
Leave them there for now. So because they basically you gain the damage to knock you out. So that was what? How many?
3
extra?
more damage, right?
Yeah.
3. Yeah. And then that, yeah, it's one of these sides, so I think it's that side. That means they're wounded. Then what will happen is the next time you activate them, you take all the damage away, you flip the token around to the other side, and that means they're back, but they're now wounded with 1 injury. Or they're not
And
wounded, they're alive with 1 injury.
Yeah, and they do all their shit normally. It's just any force abilities on their
Cost
2.
1 extra for
One
each
extra, yeah.
wound counter on them.
Okay.
And they can't be targeted anymore, right?
So they can't be targeted now while they're wounded and they're out. When they reactivate, they're now. Well, actually, that's also not true. You can still attack them. So the only reason you would want to is if you can want to use them for shoves to like get your character to move around, or to put more conditions on them. Because what will happen is when they're next activated, the way healing works is you remove all damage, you remove 1 condition, which at the moment you only have the 1 disarm, so you would just remove that, and then they would be active again. You could load them up with more conditions, which would then require them to like heal and stuff
All right,
when they live.
I'm going to do my second attack here against Hani.
So you're the same thing, but I believe they're not exposed now because they just were exposed on that last one.
Sorry. I'm not attacking. I'm attacking Han.
My bad. Completely different character.
Okay.
He does have a hunker though.
Yeah.
So he gets an extra cut of a dice.
Okay. Quick question.
Yeah.
Let's keep a little optimism here. When an allied unit is wounded by an enemy effect, after the effect is resolved, this unit may use this ability. If your opponent has more momentum than you, gain a momentum.
You don't have more. You have more momentum.
You
than
have
me.
momentum.
Oh, I do have more. Yeah,
You are killing me in momentum right now.
Sure, yeah, that's fair. All right, so Han's got 5 dice.
Did you do the extra? Yeah. So 6 total.
Oh,
right.
it's
Yeah.
6.
You did right. That's 6.
2. Yeah, that's 6.
Yeah.
Those are poopy.
1 success and 4.
4 expertise, which
Jesus, James.
is a lot of. What is all this?
It's the on the bottom
It's
left.
this one, yeah. So it's a crit.
So the orange to black means it changes his stuff. So that looks like turning a
So
crit to
turns
a
a crit to a miss, a hit to a miss, and a hit to a miss.
Yeah, so it turns 1 crit to a miss and 2 normals to misses.
Okay, and I have 1 normal from my.
So you have 3 normals.
Yes.
Right. So I don't think.
I think
you just
missed.
turn 2. I don't think because the crit one is not there. You don't have crits.
No, yeah.
So,
So,
you would
it's
turn
like
2 normals to nothing, to a miss, and I think that leaves you with 1 normal.
And I have 1 block.
is it 2 normals?
So he got 4 expertise.
Oh, he did. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm reading.
Yeah,
the
So
wrong
he
one.
changes a crit to to a miss and 2 normals
then you got
to
1
misses.
normal
and
defense.
then
I
you
got
got 1
one
normal
normal
save.
defense.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So Han just dodged it all. Great. So now we're gonna go to
Scruffy
the
looking nerf
scrambly, or I'm gonna get up point. And
Right.
James' turn.
Yep. So it goes
Blew up 1.
to 2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Go for
that's
it.
right.
Now, he did wound somebody.
Yes, you did wound it, so you gain a momentum as well.
Yeah.
Oh, you get.
Because
Okay.
he wounded the rebel commandos.
Okay.
So now it's James's, which I believe is the
Is
Shatterpoint.
going to be the Shatterpoint.
Yeah. So you get
So
to
I get to
choose.
choose
Yeah.
who to activate here.
I guess changing your opponent's attacks to misses is subtly different from just blocking them.
Yeah, it's very strong.
Can you attack twice?
No, so you can attack once, but you can only do each action one time. So you would attack either ranged or melee once.
Okay.
Unless you had a special.
So if
ability
you
to
generally,
allow
if you're going to do that, you would focus first and then do the attack, because the focus will get you an extra dice.
So there's
unless you need to reposition.
There's no like it takes an extra action to get out of like engagement range or anything in this game.
No, I believe that's just you have to dash out and then.
Interesting.
So it's a very short.
That's
movement.
fair. Yeah.
I believe that's correct.
Oh, like the Mandalorians have the extra, the no.
Yeah,
mercy.
yeah. I was
Or
just
you can
curious.
jump out
Yeah.
or stuff. Yeah.
So, okay. So number one, this is going to be my last turn
Yep. So you
in this. So
spend that
should I
force.
definitely
Well,
need
so you would reshuffle your deck straight after this, so it doesn't actually matter. The struggle is the round.
He's talking about his force points.
Yeah,
He's-
sorry, I'm talking for my because
Oh, right,
the
yes,
force
then,
points are
then
going
the
to
force
reset.
point would
Yeah.
refresh, yes,
Okay,
correct.
so so that's important because so if I were to activate these,
Yes, you could choose to do that. That will drop all the damage, they'll lose the condition, and they'll be active again. I think they only, so the next time they get wounded, they would be dead, because that's what that number
Right.
there signifies.
You can do either or though. Yeah.
yeah, I'm just wondering if I
Can I be?
Yeah.
Like I think actually activating them is not the worst thing in the world because then you can move them and take those 2 points and you get 4 points and then you're like almost.
that's
winning.
I
don't know. Or you can use Han and just blast some people up.
well I could activate and because I can't. That's the one because you said if I were to activate these guys, things cost 2 force points, so I can't actually even use the thing, which would be kind of cool. Because what I would obviously love to do is try to like shoot and wound you and then move back, right? But
Maul's got 1 damage on him, and the Super Commandos are full. Gara and Maul are the ones that are damaged up at the moment. Because you would have to do 8 damage to wound the Super Commandos.
But I guess I could shoot Maul.
Yep.
And then move back.
Yeah.
Another option, which you haven't talked about, is Chewie is kind of on the wings doing nothing.
Yeah.
You could use Shatterpoint to get him back towards for later struggles. It depends if you think
we're
Ben
only
is
we're
like-
only going to be doing 1 struggle
Yeah.
on this, but yeah.
So, okay. I'm going to go and attack Maul from here. So I'm going to activate the commandos. So get rid of all this,
Okay.
right?
If you can get 4 hits on the commandos, you have a reposition.
Yeah. So,
Yep, so you lose all the damage and the
that.
condition.
Yeah.
You flip the damage card thingy over to to this side. That stays the same side.
yeah. So that goes there.
Yep.
Okay. So now, that's okay. So yeah, I can't. So the problem is I'm wasting the force point, but that's okay.
I don't think that's a big of a deal.
I don't think
as
that's-
you're
I think
picking it.
that's
This
fine,
is
Okay,
You're
so-
gonna.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just attack.
Maul.
Yeah, shoot Maul. So that's 7 attack.
7.
Yeah.
Your base little derpy units shoot 7.
Yeah, their ranged attack is really good. Their tree is like pretty simple.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go
Maybe
ahead.
the range though, like range 5 is really nice.
Crit.
Rolled a decent
3 misses,
a normal and an expertise.
and an expertise, which turns into a normal.
So 2 crits, 2 normals.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got him. I don't even think we need to. Right? Because hold on, I guess. No, because this is just going to turn into 2 normals. So.
Okay, so you block 2 normals.
Yeah.
But then 2 crits go through.
Yeah, and any amount of damage will just
Murk him.
mark it. Can we just keep the attack card on? There we go.
Okay.
So you get to do 2
I
damage
mean, notably, you do get to. That's
Yeah.
a pin and then
and
a shove.
Yeah.
Or potentially 2 shoves. Well, you got 2 successes. So yeah, you'd be doing a pin and a shove to
Yeah.
Maul.
So, okay, yeah. So, all right. So the 2 damage is through.
So you go. There's your pin. He did 1 extra damage to wound him, and then you can shove him backwards if you want into the wings, which you may as well do because
Yeah.
Okay. Just waiting for James's.
Sorry. Yeah. So that's good. Okay. So then I theoretically get another attack, right?
Yep, the other guy gets to shoot.
And can shoot somebody else.
Absolutely.
Okay. So
anyone within range 5.
which is either of these two.
Yeah.
It
Probably
doesn't.
not Gar.
Right. So here.
Yep, this one or this
Or
one, which
this
is the same unit.
It's the same
it actually
unit.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, this one looks smaller. So.
Sure.
That's a good way to do it.
All right. We got ourselves 4 hits, a crit, and another normal hit. So
Yep.
5 hits and a crit.
All right. 4. All misses.
Wow.
Yeah. This is how these
not-
games go for me,
not-
brother.
Not doing it for the Supermandos.
No.
Okay. So then we're gonna go damage. So yeah, damage pin, damage push, damage disarm, damage reposition.
Okay, so let's.
So you have.
I think the easiest way to do this, because you get really overloaded if you
Yeah.
kind of go do each. Let's resolve each step
Is
as
that
it's going
okay?
along.
So damage and pin.
Right.
Great. So I take a damage, I get a pin.
Okay.
So there's a damage.
Damage
and-
shove.
Great. Where you want to show them?
You can go back in here.
Most difficult way to move. Thanks, James.
You're welcome. So okay, then damage disarm.
Great.
Okay, then damage. So you're up to 5 there,
Okay.
and I get a reposition.
Yep.
So I will reposition you to here. And then
Oh, that's the other thing we should have been doing. So when you capture a point, you put these things on them to show the color of them, and then that point stays yours. They're sticky. I forgot about that part. So how many have you guys stepped on that you own?
no,
So
nothing has changed. This doesn't change
It does. Yeah, I would have earned a couple extra points and
You
changed a
both
couple
will
of things.
earn, you both will
That's
earn
okay.
them and hold
It's all
them.
good. Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
No, that's not
that
your
go
fault.
on near Han, and then you would have taken that one as well.
I didn't realize they were sticky.
So what does that mean?
So
It means like
you
you're still scoring. We should be still scoring points even when you move away from them.
right. So you
until
walk
someone
up and
else
cap
comes
this.
up.
He would then need to come.
That's
and
why
take them
I'm
off.
saying yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I thought we had to stick around on them.
Okay. Final one was hit, and heal,
Yes, that is a heal for you.
But
So
that
that's
doesn't-
either recover damage or recover a condition.
but it doesn't.
But you
I
don't have any,
nothing,
so
so
yeah,
that
that's
doesn't
fine.
matter. Okay.
Okay, so how much damage was it in total?
It was 5.
Great. All right, they're down to 3.
No, it was 6.
They're down to 2 or to 2.
Yeah, 6 total. Okay.
now the very relevant objective scoring
Yeah.
part, right? Because you did.
Well, so okay. Well,
oh,
that's,
you did 2
I-
actions. You did 2 fights, but you haven't done a second action for both of them, right? Because you didn't move.
Yeah, that guy's just been scooting around from your attack. You still have a second action on that.
Because he repositioned as part
So
of the
well,
attack.
okay. Well then, yeah, okay. And I'm going to continue that because I guess what I should have done is repositioned up to here.
Sure, do that.
To move, because then I can claim here, right?
Yeah.
Because I already have this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, you could have repositioned from there to around there.
Yeah.
And then with your next action, if you want to move, you can then move on to the point.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
can.
so you did a move. You did an advance already, so you'd only be able to do like a dash. But I assume you want to like.
I think reposition is separate. If
Is
it's,
it? Oh,
if
that's
it's
really
during
cool.
if it's
Okay.
during the combat tree thing, that counts as separate because that's why it's specifically called reposition rather than move.
Gotcha.
Or advance. I
That
guess.
makes sense. Yeah. Different words.
Yep.
Okay.
So then
Yep.
we go to here,
And then that will flip at the end of the turn.
and then I mean I don't think this does much for me, right?
You can, yeah. It doesn't. If you're
doesn't
contesting,
take
it
it,
doesn't
but yeah.
change. Yeah. So
Yeah.
because you both have 1 there, it stays as whoever currently owned it before that, which was Ben.
Okay. And then I'm curious if because I wounded Maul, right?
No,
Yeah.
you wounded Maul originally, yes, on the
Yeah.
first attack.
So I'm just looking at this as useful though. Once per turn, when an enemy becomes wounded after the effect is resolved, remove one condition from this unit. Then one character in this unit may dash. So it's not. Okay.
Han would have got a dash. That's the only thing.
And that's when an ally unit is.
Yeah, if an ally gets wounded, you crack back, I think, and get to attack.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I guess.
Right. So at the end of that round, which we should have been doing the whole way through, you would score objectives that you control, which is
James
1,
gets 5.
2, 3, 4,
5.
5.
Oh, there's no. Yeah, we need a.
So I'm
thingy up there, I
going
guess.
to the left of the screen, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, now it's my turn. So it's Gar. He's pinned and can't actually really get to any of these to contest them, right?
Right.
Because he does have a tactics ability, which is really cool, called the Pride of Mandalore. At the start of this unit's activation, choose another allied Mandalorian character. They get a free jump. So, I mean, like, I could hypothetically, like, contest
Yeah, you could
this
jump.
and I could come over here.
Yeah.
The issue is, so it's like, let's say I do this, right? And
Right.
we'll put this guy up here, right?
Yeah.
So now it's Gar's turn. I am pinned, so I have to first
those.
spend a move action, for example, to get rid of this pin. So
Correct.
let's say I jump, right? And then I will take a full movement, if you don't mind passing me that there, James. That's okay. And I would move my guy over here, right? So in this scenario, this one's held by me, which is cool. This one would swap over to
Correct.
it and move 2.
Yep.
But James still at the end, so that would move it to 1. James still
Yep.
at the end of that.
You would gain a momentum because it moved but didn't cross 0.
Yeah, I mean, so we can play this out, but basically what I'm saying is,
Not
there's no
scoring the other objectives earlier really hosed
there's
you.
well, yeah, there's no amount of things that I can do where it moves it enough that on James's turn it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Win
So this is
for
probably
him
one of
here.
those examples which happens in this game where Ben would realize here, okay, playing to win this struggle isn't going to help me.
It's not going to work.
So
yeah.
this is where you would probably, in a larger game, think, okay, well, the objectives are going to change coming up, and certain ones are going to be worth more, so I'm going to start moving my dudes to cover more of the board in a better way.
Yeah.
And less zoned in on, like, capping these objectives, because these aren't necessarily going to be the objectives in another 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
because like what could happen here is I can kill most likely. I think Gar's probably pretty good in melee. Yeah, he rolls like 6 dice or whatever. I could probably like kill these dudes, which would be pretty cool, right? And that would move this tracker at the end of this
gain a
on control
momentum,
to 1 momentum. But now in this case, at the end of this, James would control 4, which would move him to 5, and he only has to hypothetically
Wound one person or...
wound one person or
Did I get
objective.
my? I mean, again, it doesn't really matter. But did I get my for wounding Maul?
Oh, I don't think he did.
No, you're
yeah.
right.
So it would
Yeah,
actually just
so-
end at the end of this, anyways, right? Because it's like, so he would be, if you don't mind moving that to the
There
he
you go.
would be
there,
like that.
right? And then let's say Magical Christmas Land, I kill this guy. That's really cool. I would get a momentum, which I think is
true.
very neat. And then at the end, I control 2 points, which
Yeah.
moves this down to 1. And then all James has to go is go, cool. I end my turn. And he would gain
Goes
4
1,
and
2,
win.
3, 4, yeah.
And that's a win.
Yay!
Yay!
You knocked over my guy, and I was trying really hard to start crying and be like, "That was my favorite. Why did you kill the tall one?"
Not Stevie.
There we
Yeah.
go. All right. Well, James, you are the champion.
Retire.
Oh. All right. Well, then I guess you and I are going to play.
We can do that.
Great.
We can switch
well,
teams
so-
if you want.
Yeah. So we're going to swap up and do another little tiny teams, and let's and get some completely new homies and try out a new
I
struggle.
definitely want to call this Star Wars Tiny Teams. now.
Tiny teams, Star Wars tiny,
Tiny
teams.
teams.
More of that after
Yay.
this. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to AFK here on the Loading Ready Run Network, where we are playing some Star Wars Shatterpoint. We have champion James Turner sitting in the box office seat. He's going to be commentating and providing his expert
yeah.
insight. He's retiring, and now you're commentating.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
taking the LSV route.
Exactly.
And Funk and I are going to be playing.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited because we've swapped up this cruise. What are you playing now?
I'm playing one half of the Spectres team from Star Wars Rebels. So I'm playing...
That show that everybody talks about that is good.
It's really good. Have you not seen it yet?
I have not. I'm waiting to finish Clone Wars.
One of my favorite, outside the original trilogy, my favorite Star Wars thing.
Interesting.
Like,
okay.
it's really solid. People said it was really kiddie. It was not actually that kiddie. It was like really good. Kanan Jarrus, he's the leader, my primary unit. I'm playing Ezra Bridger as the secondary and Zeb Aurelius as my support. What are they actually called?
Supporting unit.
Supporting unit.
Yeah.
So Kanan is a Jedi and Ezra is like a baby Jedi, and then Zeb is like a big old warrior tank dude. So that's I guess it would be this game's equivalent of an elite team because there's 3 models. Whereas Ben is playing the Ewoks and has some extra bodies on the
I got some extra bodies. I'm playing Ewoks. I'm ready to yub some nubs. So my leader is Logray, Bright Tree Shaman. I'm going to be poking some people with sticks.
Cool.
That's a lot of what Ben has going on, actually. It's a lot of stick poking.
It's a lot of stick poking. And, of course, it would not be an Ewok team if I didn't have our good boy Wicket.
Some would say the king of stick poking.
Yeah.
The OG, the originator.
Noted king stick poker. And then finally I have a bunch of Ewok trappers. That are going to be doing all kinds of funny things.
More sticks.
I'm missing one of my... There we go. Force point dealios. Yeah. We both have 3. So some interesting kind of things. I have a lot... I'm going to be doing a lot of stealth, it looks like. So a lot of the things that I do give me free hunker down tokens. And so much so that the Ewok trappers, if we actually show off their ability, they have camouflage. At the end of setup, they get hunker down. So right from the get-go, they get to be hunkered, which I think is very, very neat. And then they also have a lot of abilities that care about other Ewoks, and strength in numbers is 1, so I think I'm supposed to gang up on a single dude with a bunch of Ewoks. And
get swarmed, I think, is the...
Yeah, but
cool.
I'm really hamming in on the Ewok trackers because they have a bunch of things that are so unique that we haven't seen. One of the most interesting things is the battle tactics passive ability. So they have a special card that goes in my order deck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
And they're traps.
Oh, they're right there.
Yeah, there you go. They have battle tactics. So I choose an active objective and roll an attack die, and depending on what I roll, the traps go off on that objective.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, the trees come in, or...
Some of the teams have this, like Thrawn has orders that he can give while his squad is moving. So in between, there's a card you can draw as like Thrawn's orders.
Yeah.
And you resolve that, and then you draw another card and activate that. So it's just a thing that comes up while you're playing, which is cool.
All right. Okay, well, I guess let's determine who's going first, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like 6 dice, I think?
Yeah, I think 6 is the... And we're going for crits, and then hits, and then on down. I got 1 Una crit.
I got 2 crits.
There you go.
So I'm taking the start, it looks like. Oakley dokely.
Doing all his crit rolling now, so we can get the game underway.
Yeah, I got all the bad rolls out of the way. All right. Oh, well, that's not where you want to see it.
Oh, that is actually very bad for you. So I believe you can reserve a trap card.
When you draw a battle tactics card, resolve the effects of that card, then draw another. So reserving means that I could do it at any time then, right?
Yeah, I guess it would have to be like a Shatterpoint where we get roll back in. I have a feeling you can't reserve these.
Oh.
I think this is just like a bad draw for you because like no one's on the objective.
Oh, don't worry. It'll be on theme for today then.
So you do still draw your next character, though.
Yeah. It's Wicket.
Yay.
Wicket's going to start the turn.
And he's got a thingy.
He's got a thingy. So his ability is lead the charge. At the start of this season's activation, choose an enemy character in line of sight and an allied Ewok supporting unit within 3. Each character in this unit and each character in the chosen allied unit moves towards the chosen enemy character. Mm-hmm. So, again, also nothing from the looks of it.
Did it have a distance?
It's just... Oh, no, it is just within the line of sight.
Yeah, so you can see Zeb, so you can come...
So everybody just gets to do...
If you want, yeah.
Yeah, an allied Ewok supporting unit may do a dash towards that dude. Okay.
Cool.
They're supporting a unit, so that could be both your trapper bases.
Yeah.
Or it would be, because it's the only supporting unit. If you had another half of a team, you would have another supporting unit in that half, but... Yeah, and then I think as long as you're ending closer to Zeb, you're moving towards him.
Mm-hmm. Yub nub. Okay, great. So what else does Wicked do? Wicked has an action. Each enemy unit that's within 3 and not engaged gets shoved. Each enemy unit that's within 3. Oh, okay. Wait, each enemy unit within 3 that's not engaged. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. It's Wicked time. I think we're just going to have him go like so. And then I will also have him do a hunker down.
So take cover, in which you get a hunker
Yes.
token.
There we go. My boys is hunkered.
Okay.
All right, that's
First
me.
up, let's see what we draw. We drew
Zeb.
in the middle. Zeb. Sure. Yeah, that doesn't help because that shows the one. I guess actually, technically, it would be better for me to reserve. Because Zeb has has an ability where he can move towards stuff, but not if he's the man in front. The question is, though, do I really want to spend a force doing that when I can spend it on other stuff? No, I think I'll just move Zeb. All right, can I have the advance and
There you go.
the movie dealies? He does have a ranged weapon, but it's kind of short. It's only range. Oh no, it's range 5. That's actually surprisingly long. Okay, so I guess I will.
I should have looked. I was like, these guys seem like melee boys.
I think they have like slingshots and stuff.
No, your dudes.
Oh, my guys?
I was like, one guy's got a big
Mainly,
staff.
yes. That
Yeah.
was the thing, because I started the first few games. Actually, all of the games I played, in fact, have been with the 2 Spectre teams, the 2 halves. And one thing I did find was they have pistols mostly. So I guess Zeb has range 5, but everyone else has range like 3.
What do you need?
I control this.
Oh, yeah, good point.
I am blue? Yes.
Yeah, you're blue.
Yep. Sure. But I don't get points because it was the first round.
Yeah.
So I'll move him up there for now. Now I could dash. I'm not going to... I could dash to this, get within range of that point.
Yeah.
Or I could start blasting. Where's the 5? That's the 4.
Gotta stop picking these teams that have 4 versus the 5 guys.
Nope. I think they're just out. Yeah, I think we're just out. Okay. In that instance, then... I could probably get to Wicket, because it is, again, by the base, so his base is kind of visible.
Is there a cover bonus or anything in this game?
There is if it's drawn over intersecting lines, I think.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. But instead of that, I think I will just dash Zeb, and by ending close to the ladder, I can then dash up and then be within 1, which basically just puts me on the point. So we'll do that, and that'll be his go.
Okay.
So you. Get a
So
point.
at the end of that, I have 1. Yeah.
All right.
Other
Or
way.
you're red.
There you go. Okay, my turn. We're activating the trappers. Interesting. Okay.
Does the fact that this is 3 guys actually make any difference, or is that just a visual
No.
thing?
No, they're treated as a base of dudes. Generally, the support units that are like a group, like the battle droids, are 3 battle droids on a larger base.
Now I lose the hunker down that they had at the start, right? Because they're activated?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because you're activated. Yep.
Okay. I'm just kind of reading their cool little dealios. All right, I'm gonna do a move action to start. We're going to go like that. And we're going to go like that. I guess that's...
Surrounded by Ewoks over here. That's my best Zeb. I don't think it's very good.
So that ends there, and because this dude's within 1.
But you have to be able to place the base legally. That is not a legal placement, Benjamin. You cannot hang 10 over the edge. So that's why these ones are tricky for these bigger bases, because like you would be able to go, like you can stand on top of tokens. So I think that would be acceptable. But like that, I don't know about that.
No? Okay.
Two of them are up there, and then the third guy is like leaning over
it's
the
leaning
edge.
off the edge, yeah.
All
And
right.
the other 2 guys are holding him. It's fine.
Let's not do that then.
They had to do that. Did you see that in the Kill Team balance data slate where they ruled on the top of that piece of ruined? There's like a tiny platform on the top of one of the Vulcus ruins, and they had to create rules about, okay, so you technically can be up there even if you can't place the model there. We'll allow you to fight it, but you don't have to keep it up there dangling. It's like, it's not a great time for wargaming, fellas.
Okay, then here's what we'll do instead. I'm going to do a... I'm going to do a jump action.
Okay.
So I'm going to have... No. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a force point.
Okay.
These guys have an ability called Stealthy Approach.
Yep.
Each character in this unit may make a movement, and then they may... a dash. Then this unit may gain a hunker down or immediately make a focus action.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. This one's going to dash to here. This one is going to dash to here.
Yep.
Okay.
Did you want to use the ladder? Or
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So he's going to go up this ladder here. They're up there. Okay, so I still haven't used an action yet. I'm going to make a jump. Now. Oh, and sorry, they both. This one, I guess, will hunker. Then the unit does it. Okay, they're doing a focus.
Okay.
Then. So they're focusing.
There is no token for that.
Yeah.
So just remember that they're focused.
So now they're jumping. So this one's going to jump like so. This one's... Can this? So is there...
Yeah, that's valid. That's fine. I just was, if you were trying to get up to this corner, I would say that's too small.
All right, cool.
Or if you're trying to get both of them, I might be like, I don't know if there's enough room for that.
All right, surprise! There's some Ewok trappers there, and then so I'm going to attack them.
Okay.
So these guys get an extra die. So I'm going to be rolling 7.
Okie dokie. Whew. Hot.
Well, I rolled 4 crits.
Oh, damn, I rolled 4 successes. And it didn't mean shit. God, I was so happy with myself today.
4 crits and an expertise, single expertise.
Oh, hang on now.
Yeah.
Your expertise means a single normal?
It turns into a single normal and a free damage.
Okay, so I do block the normal.
Okay, there we go. Great.
Yeah,
But
so-
it'll be 1 extra damage.
Okay, so, all right, your tree, how's that looking?
So we've got damage, so we're at 3 damage in total. We have a shove.
Okay.
Is that what that is? Yeah, that's the shove. Right.
Yeah.
So the way it works with terrain and stuff is if you can shove me clear off it, I shove down. Otherwise, I shove to the edge or whatever you collide into. So there's a
Sure.
big thing with this, like you would collide with edges of terrain, with other units, so you don't get shoved through people.
Right. Okay.
So for that, it would be directly away because it's, again, the V. So the way we do shove distances is if you grab the small one, it collapses it to its extreme. It's a V. You put that behind the base. So I think for a shove, it's from you. It can go in any direction. So I can go like diagonally this way or this way.
Right.
In most instances, what it's going to do is it's going to move me to this edge.
But like if I'm, if it's
Oh,
like,
I think it can get me off. Yeah, absolutely.
that's kind of what I'm...
Shouldn't.
Well, hello. But yeah, if I'm just doing it like that kind of a thing.
Yep. And then push him down
Yeah.
to down here.
Get off the ladder.
There you go.
Great. Okay. And it does another damage and pins you.
Okay.
And then I
So
get
1
to,
damage and then a pinned condition, which is the green
Yep.
Yeah.
or blue arrow.
No, blue arrow, right? This guy?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
and then I guess question. The next thing, the last thing is
You could have also followed with that shove because you pushed me one.
Sure.
Width, so you can follow one if you want to come forward.
Well, I was curious because the last thing is reposition. If I make a move and put my base here, how do you get up? I guess you jump over here.
I could
kinda
probably
like
use a
did.
jump to
Yeah.
jump up there because it's low enough. But yes,
Mm-hmm.
you can get blocked out of the ingress doing that.
Interesting.
So that's valid. That's a smart play.
Yeah, I mean, it gets you closer so you can just start like taking shots at me. So I might even actually just be like, okay, I'm gonna shimmy back a little bit.
Okay.
And that's okay.
So that's 4 damage.
Yeah.
And a pin.
Yep.
4 damage and a pin.
Okay, so there's 4 damage.
Thank
and
you.
a
It's
pin.
like being handed money from the Monopoly banker.
And I'll dump you off the roof.
But, so that was this yours?
Yeah, no, that's that was we're
it is-
flipping this.
Yeah.
Yes. So now
that's
it's
what-
now
yeah.
it's Ben's. Yeah. He's
Great.
blue.
Make that so that we can see it.
Does falling off do damage?
No. Maybe from like a certain height, but I don't think so.
And then we don't count verticality. So this is within 4, so I think these guys can slingshot you too. Now too.
Yeah.
'Cause
If they have the
it's-
range
it's a
attack,
double.
yeah.
They got a range. We stab you, and now we're throwing rocks at you. Yub nub.
All right.
So it's 5 normally. They're focused, so it'll be 6 dice.
Yep. I'm doing the usual 5 because I got pin, not exposed. This is Zeb's job is to take the damage. So
Okay. Well, this one was much worse.
Yeah.
2 successes and an expertise, which for Zeb's Lasat Constitution becomes 2 normal. So that's a total of 4
Okay.
blocks.
So you block it all. However, I had 1 expertise, which is 1 free damage.
Oh. So I get just give me a 5.
Yep.
Yeah. Just knocked off and hit with a rock.
Just a rock hits him right between the eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that no wounds, so no momentum changes. You get
2.
1, 2. So that would put us over to 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, rock and roll.
Cool beans.
Did you? Oh, you got that.
And because
Yub
it did,
nub.
and because it did cross 0, there's no momentum difference.
Correct.
in
Yeah.
it.
If it landed on 0. So we got Ezra Bridger.
Nice.
Do it that way so you can see the cool.
He's got a weird fucking slingshot
Character.
too, doesn't he? Isn't that his whole
It's
thing?
like a pistol / saber.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does have slingshot energy. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so Ezra's thing, I have an ability where I can force jump. I don't think I need that. I can choose a character within 3 and make them take a bunch of. Oh no, it just can shove or give them a pin. That doesn't help. When an allied force primary character ends a move action within 2, this unit can then jump. That's if Kanan move first. That doesn't help. I guess there's a world in which I reserve Ezra and take Kanan first. Let's try and think about this. So this is choose an allied rebel character.
Oh, sorry. This is a point. I had 3.
Oh,
total.
okay.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
You're totally
Good.
right.
Sorry, both of my guys were on top of the
Oh,
points. Yeah.
I know the symbols don't match up, but because we're not using those scores in the bottom right for anything, do we want to just for today?
It just makes way more sense for them to be force
Yeah.
points.
So like
I have 2.
Funko has 3.
Yeah.
Paul,
I
if
think
you
it'll
wanna-
just make people's lives easier.
Yeah. They be the
Great.
force points.
Okay. I will activate Ezra.
Yeah.
Kind of the movement
Yep.
dealies.
I should just be handing these to you.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Okay, so
Cool.
I can pay
So,
one
Bottom
to,
right there, friends, are their force points.
I guess I can pay one to force jump and get a bit of movement without having. Problem is, I think he's not far enough from. Oh no, that would be fine. Okay, so I'll pay 1 force power. I'll force jump with Ezra to the end of here, putting him within 1 of the ladder.
Yep.
So I can then use that to teleport up.
Hi.
So that cost me 1 force, and I still have my 2 actions.
All right. Funko down to 2 force.
Choose an enemy sport with a chosen character. Resolve this on. I don't think that really. Adding a pin to the Ewoks doesn't really help me that much. They got 7 damage,
7 health. Yeah.
7 health.
Wait, why does he need to use the Force to be an unreliable informant?
Yeah, because he tattles on them and then they get...
I can do that for free, yeah.
Right, he does break contests, so I could just move on to that.
Oh, interesting.
But I can just move on at fight, and then if we tie, I break the contest. When team control active, the character is contesting through his tie, this player takes control. Okay, yeah, so I'll just move into...
Hi! You wouldn't
engagement.
use a lightsaber against these cute furry creatures,
Absolutely.
would you?
I was trying to think of the in-world reason that Ewoks will be fighting Spectres. The best I could come up with is at the celebration of Endor, someone drank all the Malu. What is the fruit in Rebels? There's a fruit they're always chasing. It's Malu fruit. The Ewoks drank it all, so the Rebels got pissed, or they stole their Zeb's secret supply.
So we're dying?
So Zeb started a fight.
Not very Jedi of you, brother.
And I guess now we're using lightsabers on them, which, there's no stun setting on a lightsaber, unfortunately. All right, so I'll attack Ezra using melee into the trappers.
Okay.
So that's going to be 7 attacks for Ezra. 7. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong card, but that's good. So his tree is kind of interesting because it's like all over the place.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We're going for damage, so. All right. Well, it's not terrible. And 1 expertise, which is an extra crit and a hit. Damn.
I've got situational awareness. 2 normals.
Okay, so you block 2 normals. That leaves you with 2 crits and 2 normals. So we are going to probably, I don't need to heal or reposition.
I do like this attack tracker.
It's fun.
It's interesting.
I like it.
Yeah, and like there's like some big units, like Vader is a huge beatdown, and like he can do a thing where he gives his whole team the ability to deal themselves 2 damage to add 3 dice to their attack.
Cool.
So he just soups everyone up, and then he has a massive tree that can do like a lot of hits on it. And it's also a good way because they make some characters like more healy, so their tree will have like repositions and like the ability to heal other people, which is useful.
Yeah, it really adds a lot of flavor to the characters.
Yeah, it's cool. All right, so I've got 4 successes to assign out. So if I go this way, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, and this would be 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. Or I could get all the way down here. That would be 4 damage with a bunch of heals and jumps and repositions. I think it's better for me to just take that point. I don't think I can get to a kill is the problem. Like I think I can do 1, 2, 3, and then that's just apply a strain. 4, 5. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, and I'm giving you a pin and a strain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go down to 2.
So it's the blood drops and the blue arrow.
The strained is if I don't take a heal?
Strange is if you don't heal it before you do a move or an action, you take 3 damage.
How do you, and heal has to be from?
Heal is an action.
Oh, is it?
So you can heal it from combat trees and stuff, but one of the options of things you can do is a heal, which is either to remove a damage or remove a condition.
Okay.
Or it might be remove 2 damage, I can't remember.
Good to know.
And then that is the activation, because I paid a force ability, I used move, and then I used fight. So that is Ezra's acto.
All right. Well, we've got my leader, Logray.
Big Chief.
Big Chief. Okay, so they have a ability which activates start tactics. At the start of this unit's activation, each allied Ewok warrior, so in this case, Wicket, gains hunker down and may remove 2 damage or 1 condition from itself. In this case, Wicket's actually got nothing, so that doesn't do anything. Then each allied Ewok scout, which are my trappers, get to do a free dash.
Oh, we didn't do my objective.
Oh,
so
great.
I would have flipped this because I break contests.
Right, yes.
So I have 1.
All right.
And then it moved to your side but didn't cross, so I get a momentum.
Yeah.
No other one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm red. Yeah, we're good.
There you go. Right, so I get to do a free dash with them.
Oh, yep. Here you go.
Also for what? Yeah, heal is remove 1 condition or 1 damage
1 damage. Okay.
from its unit or another allied unit.
Yeah, you can
within
do it from
range of
someone
2.
nearby. So if you're in the combat tree and you get a heal/recover, you can do that to someone next to you if they're close enough.
Oh,
Within
interesting.
2.
Yeah.
So he can't dash off here, can he?
It might be too high. I don't know if there's a limit to, because this is now a double high. Like this would be
Yes,
the first
yeah.
floor. I feel like yes, you can.
Is there like a drop rule or anything?
I'm just looking at that.
I don't think like vertical distance down is counted.
Okay. So if
They're also Ewoks, so I'm just going to say they can yeet themselves off and tuck and roll, you know?
Sure. So this is a free dash that they get to do. So I guess you would. I don't know.
You're
how to,
fine.
So sure,
You're
whatever.
That
And-
kind of gets like that in
yeah.
this game where you know the distance roughly. So especially when you're moving up to cover, you know, oh, I can just do that.
You're just like, sure, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's his turn. So he's got all kinds of abilities. But it seems like he kind of wants to be around his buddies, which is kind of interesting. So
I should also say that this size that we're playing on is 3x3 is legal for
all the
if this was 2 teams. So this would be like me, I have 3 dudes, the other 3 members of the Spectres on this side of the board. We probably have more terrain, but that's why things are a little spread out for the size of game we're playing.
Yeah.
But we're learning.
So I did a move.
Yep.
Then what's his fighting like? Oh wow. Actually pretty solid.
Primaries are usually pretty good. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're like your big beef boys.
Um
Some of them are, I guess, like a little more supportive. Like Hera is more of a support leader. A lot of healing and buffing.
Wow, yeah.
Oh, this is really okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
His pokey stick is brutal.
Yeah, I'm going to. So I moved.
That
I'm gonna
Ewok-
use a force ability here.
Ewok's using the Force.
I'm using the force. I'm gonna use Elder's Command. I'm gonna choose an allied Ewok supporting character from within 4. So I'm gonna choose obviously this Trapper buddy. The chosen character may dash. Then they may either gain Hunker Down, remove a condition for himself, or make a 5 dice attack.
Oh.
So I'm going to actually have these little buddies dash here, which is then going to allow them at the end of that dash to hop down here.
Yep.
And make a 5 dice attack on Zed.
Okay.
And then,
So I'm pinned, but not anything else.
yeah.
I have 4 damage remaining before I am wounded. Okay.
So these dudes are. So I got 4 expertise. So it's going to add. So 1 normal, and a crit and a free hit.
Okay. I got 4 blocks total.
Okay, so basically, 1 free damage is going, and then 2 more damage from normal. So 3 in total.
1 HP left. Let's
Okay,
go.
all right.
So 3.
Yeah.
And any other effects, sorry?
No, that's it. However, the final action is going to be Logray throwing a rock at you.
Okay.
That's it.
Oof. Okay, we've got a big save roll coming up here.
Yeah.
I need to whiff it all.
7 dice in total.
It's one hell of a rock.
Oh, that's a lot of hits.
I got 3 blocks.
So we have 4 hits and the wisdom of the. Oh, right. He has 2 sides. Forgot about that. Currently, I'm using wisdom of the woods.
Don't know what that means.
Don't know
but
what that
yeah,
means
it's
either. I can't-
hit me with a stick. Let's go.
Yeah, I assume the one that has the higher range total is the ranged one. So
That's
I'm going
what
to
I
go
would
with that.
think, yeah.
So it's the sling. So 2 of those will give me an extra crit and a hit.
All right, sounds like he's super dead.
Yes.
Do you only have one left?
I have 1 HP.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing all kinds of
But
things to
it's
you.
relevant how many conditions get added and
Yeah,
shoves and
okay.
whatnot.
Yeah. So in total, because you blocked what? How many?
I blocked 3.
3? Okay, so 3 normals. So I mean, honestly, that's like fairly decent. It's just going to be going down 3. So in total, it'd be 3 damage that's getting that you're taking, and I'm going to push you, strain you, and push you again.
Okay.
I'm really
Now,
You're already strained, are you?
I'm already pinned.
Oh, you're already pinned.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think shoving me removes a pin. Because
I don't
that
think
would
because
be-
it says
would
that
be
you have to
counter-
take a movement.
Yeah, and it would be
action.
good for me to remove it. So
So I'm just going to take this 2, and I don't know.
well, the 2 is not 2 inches.
Is it not?
No, not even
Right, I
close.
guess. You're
Yeah.
right.
So you want to do a little shove and then another little shove.
Get out of here. All right, like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
And we don't need to be super precise either.
Huzzah!
Okay. And now
strained.
I add 1 damage and a strain.
All right, 1 damage. What's
And a
strained again?
bleed icon, I think.
And a bleed. Which one's the strained again?
It looks like a blood.
Yep. Yes, correct.
Okay.
Okay, and then one of the symbols for the injured, which is the red ones, just there.
Right,
Yep.
this guy.
Yep.
Okay.
I have an ability called Secret Ingredients.
Uh-huh.
Each time an allied Ewok character wounds an enemy unit,
Yes.
roll an attack die. On a crit or hit result, refresh a force point. On a miss or expertise, each character in the attacking unit gets to dash towards me.
Oh, damn. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's roll. Roll it up. No downsides here.
Which, yeah, I mean, so, yeah. It's an expertise. So you get to dash, which is blocked by the pin. So I guess you just...
So read exactly what it says.
Oh, each character... Oh, on a miss or expertise, each
Yep.
character in the attacking... Oh, so I get to do
You
a
get to dash, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
There are instances where you make me move as well, so that's why I was
Sure.
asking, because there are some instances where, like, it's a move that I wouldn't want to do, but you're doing it, and it's good for you. So,
Right. Okay.
so it's the attacking unit, so it'd be this unit.
No, this was the one who...
Oh,
did
he threw the
wound.
stick.
Yeah.
Right, you're right.
I threw a thing. I want to still be within...
Characters are their own allies, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Here, we'll do that.
Okay.
Huzzah!
All right.
All right, so score.
Yes. So you
2.
still have that, and yeah, so 2.
So, boom. Is that right?
Yep.
And you knocked out. So you gain
You
momentum.
did wound him, so you
Or-
gain a momentum. Yes, correct. All right, and I'm going to reveal Shatterpoint. I think I need to get Kanan up because he could have got a. So one can make you. Oh, I get a free jump with Kanan.
Cool.
Yeah, so I got a free jump. So at least that would have moved me up. Can you pass the jump?
Yep.
Because that will matter for him.
And move.
Thank you. So we'll say when Zeb wounded, I did a jump, which I would probably jump towards that way. And then we're going to activate Kanan. Yeah, we'll activate Kanan. So we're going to activate him with Shatterpoint. At the start of his activation, he has a thing. If he is in the Form 3 Saresu stance, I refresh force, and then I can heal, but I'm actually in the Pack Leader stance, which is this like pistol one.
Okay.
So if the active stance is Pack Leader, choose an allied Rebel Alliance character. The chosen character may dash. Then if the chosen character is a Spectre, one character in this unit, meaning Kanan, can also dash.
Okay.
So I can make Ezra dash. Oh, I can dash forward. And then we'll make Kanan dash. I think Kanan just needs to get to murdering. Cool. So that's his
Trying to
opening.
get to murdering.
It's murder time.
That's his opening move stuff. Let's see. So your trappers have got 2 HP left, and a bunch of conditions. They're a somewhat easy kill. Chieftain is full, and Wicked is full with a hunker. Okay. Righto. I can force push one of them off. I'm trying to think. Is Wicked within control range of the point? He probably is, right?
I didn't actually even consider verticality. I just assumed that I had to be up
So the way
there.
it works is like if he's within range, he is contesting it for control. But if I have someone up top, then it disregards the people below. 'cause I'm at the
Interesting.
same level.
He is currently.
So the same thing would happen here. Like if I move away from this and you're within control range of this, you could take this objective back even from the low ground. But if I'm up top, you could have 5 dudes down here, but I override because I'm on the top level.
That's definitely worth noting.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So hanging out under that bridge would actually
It's good,
tag,
but not great.
But that
Yeah.
would tag that point.
Potentially, yeah. If I move far enough away where this guy's still in range, you could then cap that back. Okay. So move, attack, force push. Can I have the 2 length thingy? Because I need to be... Yeah, I guess I couldn't be if I was on this outside. I could move up and then... I'm assuming engagement works as long as you're close enough this way. Like I could be up the top and still punch down to these guys in melee range.
Yep.
That seems like it's... I think that's okay.
I had no... I didn't... I have an ability called Strength in Numbers, which allowed me to add an attack die if they're in engagement range, but I assumed that the height meant not.
I don't know how the height works, especially for melee. Like shooting is like close enough that that's fine.
Yeah.
But melee could be tricky.
I have no idea.
So force choose a character within 3. Okay, I don't think I need to. I think what I can do is I can move Kanan to get close here to where I'm within control of that point. I guess I'm not going to contest, but I think this is still
you
fine.
can hop up the ladder too.
Yeah, it's just then whether I can still fight down.
Right.
I guess if I hop up, I just take it, which is smarter. And then maybe I'll ranged attack instead. Sure. So I'll get within that and then hop up here.
Okay.
And then I will shoot the trappers.
Sure.
So Kanan has a 7 die ranged attack. 1, 3, 4, 6, 7.
So my trappers have 5, and my shaman has an ability called Protective Wards.
Yep.
Which is while the shaman is not wounded, all other Ewoks within 4 add 1 die to their defense
Oh, cool.
rolls.
Okay.
So I'm rolling 6.
Cool. Oh, I don't need much. I just need to get this.
You need
over
2.
the line. Well, that's not bad. Just the 1 expertise. So that is another crit and a hit. Wow, Kanan fucks.
To be engaged with the character, you have to be at the same elevation.
Oh, you do have to be at the same elevation. Cool. That makes sense. Okay, so I have gotten quite a hell of a roll here. I've got 4 normals and 3 crits.
I have 4 normals. I got very excited about that, but yeah.
All right, so 3 crits. So
Wow, that is a hell of a roll.
I don't think I need that much
On
damage.
a ranged attack too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Primaries are pretty strong.
Yeah, no, I guess I'm realizing that you had 0 misses.
Yes, I did not miss with anything there. Okay, so I don't really suspect this matters that much. Okay, I'm going to go the bottom tree, I guess, because I'm doing 3. Yep, so we'll do 2 shoves and 5 damage.
Okay.
So I'll shove back away like that. And then again. I'm not going to follow with the shoves because I want to stay on the point. And then before my turn is over, I'm going to spend 2 force tokens to force push onto the chief. So I choose a character being Kanan and an enemy character within 3 of Kanan. I push the chosen enemy character 3 away from the chosen allied character. So that's a 4. Where's the 3?
Oh, over here.
Yeah. So if you just want to go diagonally back that way.
That's right.
Directly away, yeah.
Whee! You got it.
All right, so now, unfortunately, we're still contesting. Oh, no, because I'm above Wicket. So
Yep.
I do take that. Okay, cool.
I already flipped it.
Oh, right. So that then leaves me with 2. Yeah. And I wounded those dudes. So
Yes,
I get a
and-
momentum.
So, okay, so you go 2. No,
One.
one.
Yep.
One.
And then the counter 2 back, so
Yeah.
it's on 1.
Yeah.
And then I add another momentum because it didn't cross the 0. It stayed on Ben's side.
Right.
This is really interesting.
It's really smart, huh? Like, it's...
I am not for it. I'm not feeling
Really?
this. Yeah, well, because so far what it's meant is objective play is not good in the early game.
So it's a little different because, like, it's trickier because we're also playing half the size with double the objectives. So, like, there's more options. Like, we should, for this size, we should be playing probably 3 objectives, 2 are active.
Yeah,
You know? Like,
yeah. Because it's really interesting because it's just like, by me playing to the objectives, I'm actually just giving you the opportunity to get a bunch of free momentum, and then you just need to have one swingy momentum, like objective turn, and you get it.
Potentially, especially with these, like, we're not progressing because the game is built around... You can go hard at one struggle, but then that's probably going to leave you lacking for the subsequent
That's
ones,
fair,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's very much an integral part
It's
of
an
it.
interesting kind of thing, yeah.
Because it's an interesting one where, like, normally when, you know, the turn ends, that's the struggle thing, but it just kind of like, okay, you reset the struggle and you just keep playing.
Yeah.
Like, nothing moves. The deck refreshing is separate to that. So it's kind of interesting that you have these, like, best of 3 struggles contained in what is like one actual rolling match of the game. And the second round's also interesting because you move from, you know, 6 points and 5 of them are active or whatever it is, to the 3 points where one of them is the super point. So then it really becomes about having good board control so that you can react quickly to, oh, this is the one that's worth 2, I need to jump on that.
Yeah.
And then now this is worth 2, I need to go for that. Like,
That's fair. Looking at it from, I mean, again, we're playing in like a different sort of sphere and whatnot, but it's just interesting because it's just like, if you just spend your entire first turn just attacking, you don't even play for objectives and whatnot, you're probably dealing more damage to them, wounding them, and getting a ton of momentum for that. And then, sure, maybe, like, and then also you're probably not scooting over, so you're also just getting a bunch of momentum from that. And then now that a bunch of their dudes are all, like, wounded and stuff, now you just capture a bunch of shit. The thing just kind of moves right over. And then it's like, sure, that's one struggle, but also... you're like, the people don't like heal back up to full or whatever, right? So all that damage you did in that first one still carries over, so it's very likely that they'll just kind of continue to
if they're
to
wounded, they
steamroll,
heal it.
so,
But yeah, like,
that I think it's a really interesting mechanic, but coming from a kill team sort of mind sort of thing, I'm just like, I'm very much like, I'm looking at these things, and if I get a shot, that's cool. And that does not seem to be this game at all. It's like, it seems in the early stages,
it's also a bigger
just
map.
fucking blast.
Like, this is double the distance we would need to cover because, like, we really should be playing with half the board, and then we'd be on each other a lot quicker, and like the shoves would make it a lot more.
I think it's really interesting
version for sure.
All right, I got my Shatterpoint as the last one here, and I will activate my leader because that seems to be the cool and good play. And I'm gonna go ahead and start activation. Each allied warrior gets to heal a bunch, and then I guess maybe I should do Wicket because I assume I can't just like heal these guys and now they're no longer wounded or
Yes.
dead.
So what you can, if you've got Shatterpoint, your decision could be to activate them. What happens is they remove all the damage, they remove one condition, and then they're back and ready to go.
Yeah, no, sorry. I was asking if this guy has the ability to like heal them or something. They don't like heal and are no longer wounded or anything.
Ooh, no. I think once they've reached that state, you can't unheal them.
That makes
out of
sense.
it, yeah.
Then maybe what I'm just supposed to actually do is, how good is Wicket at poking?
I would imagine pretty good. He's like, the guy's got a stick in his picture and everything.
Yeah.
I don't actually know. Like, support units, secondary units aren't really the like crazy run the damage tree characters. They're usually a little
He's
more
got
like.
a lot of double hits.
I think his big thing is the horn. Like, he can give people expose. So like, you can get him near enemies, put expose on them, and then they can't use expertise when they're defending from attacks.
Yeah, it's probably
So
not
that's
bad.
like an important debuff to like. I know because I think Leia has an ability to give people expose, which is rough.
He's pretty pokey in close combat.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a lot of damage there. Yeah, like if you go up the top, you've got what 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 damage potentially. That's quite a lot.
Okay.
And 7 dice.
Unfortunately, it doesn't mean that I can't like get the thing back. But I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll activate.
Kanan is like quite a melee powerhouse for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a lightsaber.
Even more than most other Jedi. Like, it's weird. He's like oddly like an incredibly powerful character.
I'll activate my leader dude, Logray. So he's gonna go ahead at the start. He gets the inspiring presence. So my warrior Wicket continues to have this hunker down because he has no damage on himself.
Yep.
Each allied scout may do a dash, but currently they can't because they're wounded. Right. I assume.
Yep.
So now Logray's gonna go. I'm gonna use my last.
They might still be able to dash.
Really? I mean, if that's the case, I will take that.
I don't think them being wounded stops that.
Also, I guess on the last one, wouldn't technically this have swapped over to here?
To you? Am I still... It depends if I'm in control range.
Oh, yeah, you still are. Okay, that's fine. If they can dash, then that makes this play way better, which is I'm going to dash these little buddies over here.
What are they right now?
They're wounded.
They're wounded.
What is up with my predictive keyboard lately?
Wounded units do not contest objectives. Wounded units cannot suffer damage or have damage removed from them. If a unit becomes wounded during its activation immediately ends. A unit... there's nothing in the becoming wounded section about it.
Great. Then I'm going to dash this friendo here, and which means he gets to hop up on this point. Fortunately, like... I don't actually get to gain control of it.
Okay, yeah, it basically says, unless it says you can't do this to a wounded unit, you're fine.
Okay.
So it still matters for things like if they had a strain or a pin, like that would apply and would remove that first. Mm-hmm. So I think they actually do have a pin relevantly.
Oh, they did. That's okay. So I removed the pin.
So it would remove the pin condition, yep.
Huzzah!
That wasn't me being smug, by the way.
No.
As I was saying it, I looked and was like that pin right there.
Yeah. Okay, then, yeah. So what I will do is I will use that force point. I'm going to do a free dash called with stealthy approach. He's going to dash over here.
Yep.
And hello, Ezra.
Teleporter.
What's going on?
Yep.
And he gets to do a free focus action with that, too.
Okay.
So now he's all focused up. He's going to swap. He's no longer... He doesn't have the Wisdom of the Woods. He has the Omen of Strength.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's going to...
That sounds like clobbering time.
It's clobbering time. He's going to slap you with 8 dice.
All right, that's melee. That's the old 5.
He's going to... Oh, it's a staff.
His defense expertise is called slippery. So that's what you're dealing with, the slippery little laser.
Okay, some dodging. Well, I have a stick, so take that.
Time-honored hitting small children, a stick.
That's a very good roll.
This is not a good roll. I got 2 blocks and a shove. No, that surely can't be right.
Where would you get the shove from?
His expertise, I assume.
Yeah, his expertise.
His expertise
It's
allows
a
you to
dash.
shove?
It's that little one there. I think that's a dash.
That's a
Logray's attack, yeah.
What's Ezra do?
No, it's a move. It's not a shove. Yeah. So from his defense, he would get...
Oh, he gets to dash. If
he
you
gets
got a bunch
2
of expertise.
successes and a dash.
Cool, interesting. Okay, I was looking at mine, so I have 4 crits and a hit.
Yep.
And the expertise was converting one into a crit, and it gives also free damage.
I block 2 normals.
Okay. So we're gonna add 1 damage to all of this, but he's gonna deal 2 damage, so we're at 3. And then he is going to... I guess I'm gonna just lay it in. I'm gonna do 2 damage and strain you.
Okay.
And then 2 more damage. And a damage. And what's the alert one again?
Alert one?
The exclamation point.
Expose.
Which is the
condition.
defensive one?
That's the, yes, that means I wouldn't use expertise.
Okay, then I'll do the bottom one instead, which is the damage and disarm.
Okay. So end result is 8 damage, a pin, and a disarm.
Yeah, so we added that
damage
one.
or 9 damage?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And there was 1 extra.
And 1 extra, so 7.
Okay, he has 8 hit points. You definitely can't find a way to 8 damage?
Because it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's 7.
If you can double up on any of the conditions, one of them will convert to damage. Like if you can put 2 pins on me instead of a pin and a disarm or anything weird like that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh.
I mean, you do have to spend a turn healing or else he just falls over.
Pretty much, yeah.
So.
Also, because selfishly I would get an attack.
Right, and I guess you've got to do a dash.
Yeah, so after we resolve your stuff, we then resolve mine. So I do a dash anywhere. I mean, I guess I need to... I haven't moved, so I'm still contesting the main one. The trappers are wounded, so they don't count, and you're not in control. So I guess you're probably too far, but I also probably can't get anywhere. The only thing is if I could dash down to get into control range of the other point, which I don't think I could, right? Where's the 2? Yeah. Because you have to be... Yeah, you're not in range to control that, and these guys
I do
don't
still have
count.
an action.
Oh, you could move, yeah. I'll just stay where I am.
Cool.
I'll just stay where I am. Yeah.
Oakley dokley. Then my last dealio, because I
I
can't,
have
because
so much damage on me.
we're both in engagement range, I guess.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna dash like this. So we're still in engagement range, but he's chanting the good word of Yub from above. Cool, that's me.
And my last...
So-
so control-wise, you've got...
1.
1. Whew, this is a slogfest.
Yeah.
Got Kanan, the big man. Let's...
You get your ability.
Yes, so this is... He's in pack leader. So I can choose a character who can dash, and then he can then dash if they are a Spectre. Main thing is to think about what I'm going to do with him. Because, like, can I have the advance tool? Sorry, the movement one. The other movement one. Okay, so I could, like, make an... I'm trying to think, like, how... Because he's still contesting that. To make sure that this character can jump. Does that help? Not really. I really wish you'd wounded Ezra. I think I could have got a free attack off.
I'm sorry. I'll beat him up next time.
Yeah, because you can make a ranged attack when you do that. I probably just need to get points and start.
Points are cool.
And start flipping them. So I'm going to use a man with 2 names. Choose an ally's character. The chosen character dash then if the chosen character is a Spectre. Okay, so instead of that, I'm going to choose Ezra, not move him because I don't have to, just so I can get the dash with Kanan. So I guess that flips back because of Wicket if I move, which is harsh. Not if I kill him first. So I'm just going to move down there next to Wicket.
Yeah.
I'm going to flip Kanan into his Suresu stance, which is his lightsaber power mode.
Yeah.
And then for my first action, I'll fight Wicket.
Okay.
Which is a melee attack. I use all 8 dice.
Is that... I don't think so.
I think it's out.
It's just
so 8 dice. We're looking to murder a small bear.
He's He's got 6 defense dice on his own.
I just got into engagement though, so he does lose the hunker.
Oh yeah, no, that's without hunker.
Oh, okay.
Baseline Wicket has 6 defense dice in
damn,
melee.
okay.
He's a tough little bear.
Well, I don't like seeing 3 fails. And 1 expertise. That's disappointing.
Whoa.
So that adds a normal and a crit.
So he's got quick wits.
Yep.
So an expertise gives me a normal and turns one of your crits into a normal.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I have 3 crits and 3 normals.
I got 4 normals, so...
Okay, so I lose the 3 normals. Get 3 successes through.
You rolled 4 crits?
I rolled 2.
Yeah. And then you have your
turned 1
expertise.
extra,
Nice, cool.
So he's got 9 HP total and no damage. Is that
Yes. Yes.
right? Okay, so I'm doing 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay, I'm going to go with 5 damage, a pin, an expose, so a yellow exclamation mark, a blue arrow, and yellow exclamation, blue arrow, and then a shove.
Whoa. Where are you shoving me, brother? Just
back,
away. Yeah.
back away. No, towards the outer edge. Yeah. Cool.
You pushed a teddy bear.
So that means you don't flip the point, which is good for me. Mm-hmm. That
Right,
was
and
my
you can-
first, and
and
then
then you
I can just hustle
And take this one.
and take that one.
Yeah.
I'll just shove him.
Whoop.
There.
Okay, very nice.
Okay, so that's 3 for me. Didn't wound anyone, so my token does cross the Rubicon.
So you're going
1, 2, 3.
boop.
Yeah. No momentum changes otherwise. Cool.
Alrighty.
And then I shuffle my orders.
We're shuffling up and we're getting all of our force back.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, all right. Well, this is the first time we've gotten to shuffle up, so we get to rock it
Yeah,
again.
because normally you don't really shuffle until like sometime in the second or the end of the or the start of the third shuffle struggle.
Yeah.
So yeah, the economy for refreshing force is much quicker here.
Ewok traps. It's always the first one, I guess. Well, at least this time it might do something.
True. And Ezra is technically on a point as well.
Each enemy that's contesting gets shoved, push each. Okay.
Pushing Ezra out would potentially flip that middle
Yeah.
because he's just in like the back.
But do I have to? You have to end to change it, right?
Yes, so you would have to stay on.
So if I activate him, it's not amazing. But I'm gonna. I'm just.
He's
deciding-
also like on death's door, so you could just punch him in the face and then
Yeah.
leave.
But I guess maybe not using an attack is probably good. Sure, I'll choose the one up top. There's a trap up here.
Okay.
So I roll an attack die and something happens. Expertise. Enemy unit that is contesting the chosen objective gains pinned and takes 2.
So I already have pinned,
So you take 3.
so take 3. So he would be.
You still keep the pinned though. It just,
That's true. Yes,
yeah.
it would just add 1 on, so I just get 3 damage.
Yeah. Okay, so Ezra gets wounded and I get a momentum.
Yes. Oh, and the red wound token, please.
I'm definitely imagining the like 2 giant logs coming together. Smash!
So that's that. You now have to.
Shatterpoint.
Yep.
I'm going to activate Wicket. So he is going to.
Oh, hang on. So when you wounded Ezra,
Right, he no longer contests for 1.
he doesn't contest for 1, but we haven't determined your control because you are doing your activation. But because Ezra got wounded, Kanan has an ability that says when an allied Rebel Alliance character is wounded by an enemy attack, or wasn't it?
That
it wasn't an attack.
It's a trap.
Ooh,
That was my thought.
I don't know what the. When they are wounded by an enemy attack, after the effect is resolved, one character of this unit may heal and then jump.
Yeah, I don't think that would.
I don't know if dying to trap counts as. That's interesting. So let's see, Shatterpoint. It'd be great if someone, I know Goombalax plays, but I don't know if he's watching. Shatterpoint, Kanan does non-combat wounding count.
Enemy wounded by battle tactic. Who wounded? It is an enemy effect to the unit being wounded, but no specific character unit is considered to have caused the effect.
Because, yeah, his thing is,
I assume it's like a
after the
strike
effect is
back.
resolved, one character in the unit may heal and then jump. Then, if the wounded character is a Spectre, one character in this unit may make a 5 dice attack. It doesn't require it to be on the thing that did the wounding. Like, you just get to jump and then attack something with melee or ranged for 5 dice, if you can. Yeah, I'm having trouble finding...
I got no idea. I assume not, because it's not an attack.
Yeah.
It's just a thing that happened to you.
Yeah, let's go with that, yeah.
So I'm going to use Wicket. He's going to... he has a tactical ability. Lead the charge. At the start of this unit's activation, choose an enemy character in LOS.
Yeah, it seems to make some distinction on an enemy did the damage versus losing it from a condition. Mm-hmm. So it's just whether the traps then count as the enemy having done them.
Right.
So we'll say for no for now, but I'm interested to follow that up later.
So the Ewoks are going to he's leading the charge. So I'm picking Kanan.
Yep.
So all of my supporting, an allied supporting unit within 3, all characters in this unit, and each character in the chosen unit may move towards the character.
You need to get Wicked into melee range, I guess. But
Yeah. So here. Yeah. So do you mind if I grab the Delios?
who is being moved?
So everybody gets to scoot.
Oh, okay. Except people with pinned.
Yeah, which we got rid of.
Okay.
Because I did that dash earlier too.
Wicket does have a pinned icon.
Sure. So that goes away.
Yep.
Great. So that's a free one. Awesome. So now I am going to have him. I guess we'll do a dash in. Mm-hmm. I'm going to use a force point, and he's going to toot a horn. Each enemy unit that is engaged gets exposed.
Yep. So Kanan gets a yellow exclamation mark.
And then I'm going to stab you with this stick.
Should hopefully go pretty badly because I can't use expertise on a defense anymore.
Yeah.
So I have 5 defense from melee, right?
The old
melee.
The old toot and stab.
Yeah. All right. Big Staffy incoming. Oh. Well, that's disappointing.
So was mine.
This was an expertise. So
Yeah, so what are those?
it is a total of 3 hits, normal styles.
3 blocks.
Yeah. Yeah, 4 misses is pretty rough. Okay. That is him, but I've got 2 dudes in control
So
range.
that consumes my Oh, I shouldn't have. No, wait. I shouldn't have used expertise there. So I got 1 block.
Okay, so it would be 2 hits.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
No
I
worries.
just realized that.
All
uses
good.
expose.
So I get to shove you damage and strain you in damage.
So 2 damage.
Okay.
And what are we doing?
Strain the blood.
The blood. Okay. Sorry.
The blood it calls to you.
Okay. Perfect. So then I've got 2 dudes. You've got
Yep.
1 in control, so that flips over to me.
Is the trappers alive or are they still wounded?
Oh, they're wounded. Yeah, never mind then. So yeah.
Measure it for distance, but if I'm...
You're definitely within 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You're all
yeah.
good.
Okay,
Okay,
so
so
we're
that
contesting.
remains there. So I gain 0 points, and I get a momentum. Pass.
Okay. You gained a momentum for...
Because it didn't
It was
go
on
back
your side.
over.
Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, and then I will flip Ezra, who is
Wounded.
So this is our... Well, I think we've done this before. So I remove all the damage.
Mm-hmm.
I remove 1 condition, which I guess it's better to remove the disarm, so I'm just going to punch Logray. Yeah, let's go with that. And then I put the wound. So I still have a pin. I'm going to just swing on Logray for 7 dice.
You got it.
That's not good. 4 misses.
Normal hit and 2 expertise.
2 expertise.
Great, we're whiffing at each other. Hell yeah.
So I've got a crit, a normal, and 1 damage.
So I have, based on my defensive wards, this turns into 4 normals, and I turn one of your crits into a normal.
Okay.
That's a block then.
So sorry, how many normals are you blocking?
4.
Oh, yep, you block it all. Damn. No,
Okay.
Big whiff on Ezra there.
Whiff for the both of us.
Well, now I need a second action with Ezra. Mm-hmm. But
I was worried that the Ewoks would feel super squishy, but if you group them together...
Yeah, they buff a lot of each other.
Yeah, well, Logray, I'm very impressed with Logray.
Logray seems good,
It seems pretty good.
There's also, it's one of those boxes where over the two Ewok boxes, they give you 2 secondaries and 2 primaries. Actually,
that's cool.
3 primaries.
Wow.
So you can kind of mix and match them in a couple of different ways. So yeah, it's interesting, like the synergies there.
Cool.
I don't think I want to move Ezra because that would then Logray would take that point because he's currently contesting it. So the chosen character. Oh, okay. I'll spend 1 force on unreliable important. Oh, I choose an enemy supporting character. I can't choose Logray because he's primary. Never mind. No, I think I'm just going to pass, and that's Ezra's go round.
Okay, so you'll gain 3 and go to 4.
1, 2, 3. Right, yeah. Oh, close.
It's close. My turn. All right, Wicket's going again.
Oh, that's awkward too, because you don't want to leave because you were contesting that point.
I mean, I'm just going to go grab that one over there.
That's probably the safest. You could try and kill Ezra, but it doesn't make a difference.
I guess actually what I can do is I can use a force point and reserve this.
Yep. Just put someone to the side.
And instead it's the trappers.
Okay.
So I can do kind of more with this, which is
right.
good.
Yeah, because you can just leave them there and that takes it.
So the trappers are going to take all this and they're going to heal one of their dealios. They're now wounded. Mm-hmm.
So if you have to buy any abilities, it just costs 1 force extra.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess what I'm going to do is...
Because Zeb has just been dead in the corner for this entire game.
I'm going to move
Good
over
job,
here, which allows him to do the hippity hop up here. This one is, I'm just going to choose to not move.
Oh, right. Zeb has a whole thing where when he gets wounded, at that moment I can choose to reactivate him, but he gets 2 wounded tokens instead of 1.
Oh, does he have...
So I could have done that a while ago. It wouldn't have mattered.
Oh, he's got 3 health bars.
Yeah, so he can...
So does Kanan.
Yeah, the primaries have like a lot. So your Logray doesn't?
No.
Okay. I guess you have more bodies.
I haven't seen 3 yet. That's interesting.
You have more bodies. So these guys are only the 3 units, so they kind of have to...
Okay, so I chose to do a move, which popped him up here, and then I'm just not going to move this guy.
Yep.
And then I will do an attack.
Yep.
So this one is going to attack Kanan.
Yep.
I have strength in numbers, which means for each allied Ewok engaged with the target that is not wounded, I add 1 attack dice. So
cool.
In total, these little buddies are going to be throwing 7 dice.
And I've got 5 on the defense. That's not terrible. Oh, I've got 1 expertise and 3 blocks.
So we got 3 hits and 3 expertise. Which is going to add 2 more hits and a free hit. 2 more hits and a free damage, sorry. So in total I got 5 normals.
So I block 3, wait, no. Yes. Yes, 3 normals.
Okay, so 2 hits.
Cool.
So that is going to deal 3 damage in total and push you.
Okay. So I go to 5. Just give me a 5 because I'll give you 2 back. All right. I'm super not contesting at that point now.
Yeah. So in total, unfortunately, Zeb, I can't just keep hitting him.
You can. There's not really much point.
Yeah.
You can put extra conditions on. That's about it.
I think it's fine. I'll just end there and gain 2.
Yep.
Pass it to you.
And then that didn't move to your side, so you also gain a momentum.
Gain a momentum.
Whoops, wrong one.
Yep. All right. Zeb. Okay, so he removes all damage.
He's awake.
And I'm going to remove the pin. Okay. And I guess I will move to here and spring up on this side and fight
You
the
got it.
trappers. I do take 3 damage because I moved with. I think strain you take it with moving too.
I think you said
action.
anything.
Yeah, I think any action is right, so I'm just going to assume that's how that works.
Where's the 4 stick?
I don't know.
Oh, it's on the ground right here. No. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot he has a thing. Okay, yeah. That's going to cost me 2 to do it. That's still good. And then make a melee attack. So I'm
You got it.
doing 2, 4, 6. Oh no, 7. That's terrible. So I add a crit and a hit. So I've got 2 crits and 2 hits.
Cool. I have 3 normals, so I guess you'll hit me twice.
Yep. So that is 3 damage and a strain.
Okay.
No, I guess you should be smart. We'll do... no, 3 damage and a strain. I'm going to stick with my original answer. And then I can pay 2 force for... It's just something about the feel of their helmets on my fists. And do a 5 damage follow-up attack.
Whoa. Okay.
Just for some extra juice. So I'm shooting for 4 damage. That's 3 normals and... so 5 normals total. Wait, no? Yeah, 5 normals total.
I got 2 normals, so you got 3 hits.
3 hits. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 damage.
That's what you need.
Damn. Okay, cool. I can technically shove them, so I'll just shove them down.
Well, they're dead.
You can't, but as part of the combat thing, I can shove them further away.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Oh, I see. They would be
dead,
they're
dead.
dead, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I guess unless you're like wanting to follow them or whatever, but yeah.
No, I'll say that.
So that's a heartbreaker because it also just gets rid of these guys.
Well, so they technically stay there until they're next activated. Like.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Like, because I don't think there are any ways you could remove damage, but unless there may be.
I mean, I have heals, but yeah.
I think it's specifically when they're wounded, you can't remove damage
Interesting.
off them to get them back up. You have to like unwound them by doing the whole thing.
All right.
So that then would mean I have this point. This one would flip because I'm the only other body here. So that's just the 2 for me.
Think you're a big man beating up on some teddy
And
bears.
it goes to 0. Oh no, it goes back the other way. Right. Yep. So that's it. And that's my go.
So I either choose to use Wicket now or flip this, I guess?
Yes, every time you have that choice, yeah. Which you can figure out who's left, right? Because...
Wait, Ezra's wounded, isn't he?
He is...
Oh no, he got back up?
He got back up and fought once and didn't move. He is
Right.
not currently injured. He has no damage.
I don't know how at no point with him going down that I haven't recaptured that, but
He hasn't moved, so he's still contesting it.
well,
from
but he doesn't.
originally.
You can't contest when you're wounded.
But sorry, he's not wounded. He's back from being wounded. So I think he's technically injured. There's different phrasing.
right.
He's an active character right now.
Right, but what I was saying is I'm surprised that at no point during the time where he did go down and wounded, I didn't have Logray there to flip this back over. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember exactly what happened, right? But when
what did the last damage to him?
The trap. So it was at the start of my thing.
Oh, right. So
it would have probably flipped at the end of whatever turn I was doing
right.
the traps.
And then
but it's
it would have immediately. Then he activated after that.
I was just like, wait, hold on a second. I knocked this guy down.
You should have got 1 extra point for that.
Yeah, it's fine. I think this one's just about done, and so is the stream. So we're going to activate my last one, which is I'm going to have Logray here. He gets to make everybody. In this case, my scouts are dead, but he can make Wicked heal too, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
And he's just gonna go ahead and I don't know, man. Let's have him do a little. I'm gonna use a stealthy approach, which has cost me my last one. He's gonna get a free dash and a focus and hop up here. And I don't know. Fuck this kid. Let's attack him.
All right, he has 5 defense.
I will kill the protag of this thing. He's going to get 8 dice because he's got focus. The laser. Yeah, we haven't really had to check line of sight in this game.
No, it doesn't really. It's quite easy to determine because of the 2D and like the nature of how the targeting and stuff works.
Yeah.
It's like kind of nice.
Okay. Wow. So for a 3, it adds a crit and a hit. So I have 3 hits and 2 crits.
I have 3 normal blocks.
Okay, so it's going to be 2 normals. Yep. So we're going to deal a damage and push you, and then a damage and strain you. So 2 damage in total.
James? 2 damage.
I'm going to push this child off a cliff.
Oh, right, wrong person. 2 damage and then a strain.
Strain?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oops.
Yep.
It's the other side.
Double-sided, yeah. Cool.
Great, and then I guess I still have 1 action. Which I don't really think matters too much. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to have him jump. And he'll just be in engagement range with Kaden.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tie him up, I guess. So I will gain 2 and momentum because it didn't go back over.
Yep.
And that's me.
All right, and then I activate Kanan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in engagement range, so I think. Can I dash around him to get in engagement range of the trapper?
The trappers are dead.
Oh, they're super dead. Okay.
You just have to go to that point.
Yeah. I guess I just walk on the point then.
Yeah.
I can try and murder Wicket first for points, but it doesn't seem like that.
So like these guys are dead, but they stay there until they're activated next?
Yeah, it's weird like that.
But
yeah.
so
they don't contest anything, so it's effectively the same thing.
Yeah, that's okay.
But they can still be shoved around, and other people could use them to like. You could attack
Shut
them,
the
add extra
corpses.
damage that doesn't do anything, but then shove them and ride their corpse further.
I feel like
That's
keeping that
very
in
weird.
allows.
Weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I've had some people like use
Yeah.
Anakin, who has like a bunch of shoves, to like ride someone like 6 inches across the board to get to an objective he needed, and like it mattered.
Yeah.
Which is a
That's weird.
goofy, weird mechanic. Yeah.
All right.
So what do you want to do?
So I guess I just move on the point and
Yep.
win.
I don't think you win. You just go back up.
Because
to
that
4.
flips that one.
Yeah.
Then I have
2.
Oh, you're right. So it would take me to the edge
Take you to the edge.
Oops.
to 4, and
Yeah.
then. So I guess actually murdering Wicket would matter because if I can wound him.
Yeah,
So I
then it
guess
would- it would be the-
let's try and do that on the way
Sure.
out then. So I've got the
that would end the game.
because then I can
If
still
you
dash.
wound
Prior
if-
to
if-
moving, if I
Yeah, if you
attack
wound-
Wicket and wound him,
Then you get the yeah.
it's not a great roll. So 2 crits, 3 normals, and an expertise would be.
Can you go over the maximum amount of dice?
Yeah, you can have more.
Oh,
There is no maximum amount.
Oh, great. Okay, because he's within 4, so he actually gets 7 defense dice. Oh, I just need 1.
Yeah.
Thank you.
that adds
Wicked is
a
thicket, yo.
crit and a normal. I got a lot of hits.
Well, that's not enticing.
Oh, you're also Wicket, right?
Yeah.
You don't get expertise because you've got the expose.
Well, all right. Then it's 2 normals.
Okay,
That's
so
unfortunate.
that blocks 2 normals. So I've got 5 successes.
I don't even remember.
You didn't add the expose to him instead of Kanan, right? Or whoever, because you exposed someone else, right?
I exposed someone else.
Did I expose Wicket?
I don't know. Does anybody have an attack that has
I
expose?
think I maybe did that with
Yeah,
Kanan.
then probably. Yeah.
Because
That's
Kanan
cool.
beat on him earlier, yeah.
I thought exposed is oh right, it is for
just-
defensive dice. Yeah.
So
All right, 2
I
hits.
got 5 successes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can you deal 8 damage?
That's a good question, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, but that also adds another expose, which... Have you lost it now, or at the end do you lose it?
I would assume it's when I make the roll, but
and then it removes it, or if it's removed at the end. I don't know, because if the answer is it keeps it and then is added at the end,
Yeah.
I can do 8, because I
great.
can add an expose
Then you do
on it.
8 and I die.
I don't.
after we do
I
that.
think you're probably right. I think you would remove it with the
I'm
rules,
okay
but
with that.
I'm also okay being done.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of one of the weird things I have a problem with almost all of these games
Yeah.
is that there's just so many weird nitty gritty little
To be
rules.
fair,
that
the ones we
don't-
played with you, I guess Kill Team does have nitty gritty rules, but Marvel Crisis Protocol and Shatterpoint love condition tokens.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of like managing, and like I don't mind the system where it's like there's 4 flavors, you can get 1 of each, and if you double up, it just turns into damage.
Yeah.
Because it becomes this fun mini
I think
game
that's a,
of, like,
that's a very good way of
putting-
doing it, but like identifying, like timing in board games is so
Yeah.
crucial for a lot of the turnouts. But there you go. The
Shatterpoint.
Ewoks were defeated.
It was an interesting demo of Shatterpoint because I think like playing the half size on the full board, but with half the terrain, created these creaky spots of like there's a lot of ground to cover, but there's also too many objectives, but there's not enough dudes to get on the objective. So it threw a lot of the numbers out in weird ways, but
I think so.
it gives you an interesting idea of the mechanics of like how people move, how people
I would
fight.
definitely be interested to try this again at
full-
at the full scale.
Yeah.
More terrain
absolutely.
and the 2 halves, because you have a lot more time before it refreshes, which changes the way you spend your points and like.
It seems like it wouldn't actually slow it down that much.
No.
Because you're still just going back
We didn't
and
really
forth.
save a lot of time. It is kind of the same thing at all miniature games, where turns 1 and 2 are long, and then 3 and 4 are much quicker.
Yeah.
I think, but the main, yes, I think like points wise and game system wise, it would have been fine. But I think as a player for the first time seeing it and seeing all these different abilities and all
Yep.
these different synergies and stuff like that, having only 3 cards as opposed
for
to
sure.
6
Yeah.
that you have to look for is a lot bigger. So it's like I'd be more interested to be like, okay, I kind of know what these guys do.
Right.
Now I'll add 3
Yeah.
to this. I think probably works out. But I think for your first time, I mean,
I think this was
It's
great.
not bad.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think maybe use like a kill team board maybe and just
Yeah.
do like half the size or whatever. But yeah, I think so. Overall impressions are I really like the combat system. Everything just felt like I'm going to do this and I can do this, and there was not a lot of like the only times we were ever like, can I do this? Was more with like the squicky like condition
Right.
things
Or
or like
wording, yeah.
yeah, but like there, I mean, whenever you play like a mini game like this, it's always like, can I shoot this guy? Or
Yeah.
like, do I have line of sight? Or what's the
Yeah.
vertical? Like, can I jump here or
feel
whatever?
like
And most of the time, it's just like, yeah, if you want to do that, you do it.
Most of our questions tonight were specific rules-based things of
Yeah.
like, is this the order that this happens in, or can I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less so much of like trying to figure out if you should be able to do that. You know, like I think that's the neat thing is we came down. There weren't a lot of very finicky decisions on something being like a couple of mils out. It was very much like it was in or it wasn't.
Yeah, I'd really have to. That being said, I'm gonna have to watch like a full scale kind of version of
Yeah.
this because I do. As much as I really like the struggle kind of system, I think it's a very unique kind of a thing. My first impression is that objective play is not as key.
I think this was a bad representation of that in
Sure.
terms of like the sizing and the pacing and everything like that. Also, just because of the way the boards were, like sometimes you'd have one guy out on a limb who got dogpiled by like 2 or 3 different attacks, and that was enough to nix them.
Yeah.
Like I found in the bigger games, you do have people getting caught out like that, but it does change the timing and the flow.
I think, it's less, because interestingly, the models dying and whatnot in this, because you have like multiple health bars, I don't actually think feels nearly as bad when you're like, oh damn, I rolled really crappy here, this guy's already wounded, which it does suck in the term of it, but you're like, there is no way that you will paint a model and you not get to do something with him, which I think is like great. But yeah, due to the nature of the struggle system being like wounding dudes makes it much easier for you to win. And not only in that struggle, but also in all the future struggles that are going to happen. It's like, well, sure, I can capture all these objectives and get a bunch of points, but if he's just fucking shooting me the whole time, making this go down, not only is it going to be easier for him when he starts playing objectives, but also by struggle 2, half my units might be dead, right?
That's definitely very much a thing.
I'd have to see.
We definitely missed the switch to the second phase, or the second and third struggle, where you've got 3 objectives, 1 is worth 2 and 2 are worth 1.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time what will happen in there is you're scoring much less, and sometimes not at all if it goes the wrong way. So it changes the tempo of things.
I think, I mean, straight away that instantly I think just makes it different enough from Kill Team that it's very interesting to me.
Because
I mean, I'm definitely, in Kill Team, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to throw these guys into the meat grinder, and at the end it does not even matter because I landed on the objectives.
I really enjoyed the way the game tells you who you're playing.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. Because I felt like, I always feel like when I play these games and I'm like, okay, go. And I'm like, oh God, okay. I can move anything.
Right.
I have no fucking idea.
This might be the best part.
I really like that.
I think this is
like
the best
draw.
part.
It's like, all right, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
I'm super into it.
Because I always come at things from the competitive side, and people don't like RNG.
Yeah.
But there's like multiple ways this game is RNG, because you don't control who you activate, and you don't control which objectives are like active. So like there's a lot of RNG in the game, but I actually think it makes it really fun, because you have to dynamically, like, as you get to the end of this first struggle, which is this layout, and you have to start thinking, okay, well, the objectives are going to change, so where are my guys, what can they cover? And trying to prep for that forward change of the game's flow makes it the randomness really fun, because you have to really think on your feet.
That makes sense. Well, this was great. And Funk, thank you very much for coming on and bringing all your models and playing and teaching us. This was fun. I'm genuinely interested.
I would say if you want to look online, Mountainside Tabletop have a couple of Shatterpoint.
That was who I watched. Watched that. That's why I suggested the smaller scale one, because that's what they do in their how to play video. And I was like, that seems like a great
Star Wars guy is this?
That's for my Space Marines, for my kill team, because I needed to update them to the new version. They added a heavy bolter guy and a sniper, so I didn't have those 2 models, so I had to paint them. So now my team is up to date.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning on in. Reminder that this stream and everything we do is brought to you by you over at our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. You're the reason we're able to do all this cool stuff. We super duper appreciate it. You're the reason we're able to have 2 champions. And I am merely the squire.
Well, that's the first time I've beaten you, because every other time we've played, you have destroyed me.
I win a lot on this, and I think it was
James.
About time for me to get fucking humbled.
Then I lost to James at Marvel Crisis, so this has been a streak-breaking for me on the tabletop set.
If you're watching on YouTube and you want to see more of this, let us know. What's your favorite minigame? What do you want to see more of? Let me know, and we'll make sure to have it happen. But from all of us here, I have been Ben. This has been James.
Bye.
Special guest, Hi Funko.
Hi.
And, of course, Paul on tech.
Hello.
And we will see you next time.
Damn, Ultra Call.
Bye.